best way to play it because welcome to the new show, History Interrupted. Is the old? It's the same as Matapat, but we're gonna be making a few changes. One, no intro. We're just gonna go right into it for both time and people click out if they don't like it, and I'm not gonna. After what happened with the Christmas song, I'm done trying to please people. Anyways, too much hate on that. But regardless of the name, I'm me, they're them, and we are us, the YouTube equivalent of Braille. People feel. Nobody add him. Nobody add him.
When we speak.
One thing that's not going to change is punk at the... Nope. Punk at the end.
All right. Apologies, my friends.
Mm-hmm. You're thinking that you had like 4 minutes for an intro with the intro. You can come in.
No.
So,
okay, anyway,
just a couple things to go over. No intro, and all of the more lore heavy stuff, like the mailbag, since nobody wanted to send real ones. We're gonna be moving the whole Steve. What would you call it?
Saga?
Yeah, the Steve saga to a different type of show, specifically made for what's coming with him. So, because I love that kind of stuff and I don't want to lose it, but I need this channel to work. Come on, guys, share this some bitch. Anyway, so we're going to be cutting back on some of that stuff and really just get into the story. Now, once we start the story, it's going to be the same shit that we do with the story. But let me say what up to the chat. Josh Hammond first. Feels a little stalkery, but that's cool. We need that.
Josh, not Steve.
Good point. Oh, real quick, Copy Kitty dropped a $10 tip saying can't stay, but here's tip as promised, because she has been promising to give me that tip. She did.
Well, you asked for it specifically on Sunday.
Did I?
Yes. Or Chad did on your behalf.
See, this is another change that's happening. We're not doing this.
What are we talking about? We're not doing this.
This. the unjustifiable
homoeroticism.
Hate.
Mad doesn't want to be made fun of.
Nor should I. I'm the host. This is my job, damn people. And we have the great Sean, the official sponsor of the new show, History Interrupted.
Well, then, Mad, you would have hated what I said to my boss the other day when telling him about how you crashed out during the trivia on Friday.
Who crashed out?
You.
Me?
I'm sorry there wasn't enough usage of the words little and young in the band names for your preference.
Hold on. No. I don't like that. Okay, this is a change I wasn't expecting, and I don't like. I don't like how much you're talking. And unfortunately, Slender is still feeling under the weather, so he won't be here. I want to address this. Solus says, weird drinker makes a video about Seagal. Tonight's show is about Steven Seagal. How did drinker travel to the future to copy the show? Here's the thing. I went on with Lit Dev this morning, and we watched the drinker video. Now, they'll tell you I've been wanting to do this story for a long time. It's going to be a 3-parter because I'm covering everything. It's not going to be a 14-minute, I got to make sure to have all my ad breaks, which is cool. That's his job. You know what I mean? No hate. Everybody loves drinkers. That's a great guy. He's awesome. But he didn't cover nearly... 14 minutes is not enough time to cover this man's life in any way whatsoever.
Oddly enough, too, I saw something earlier today when I was at work that the Napoleon Blown Apart channel.
Yeah.
Just did something on Frank Dukes.
Did he really?
Yeah, like within the past month, I believe.
So he does his shit right. Like he really delves deep. I like his stuff. Most of it. Look, man, I'm the YouTuber's YouTuber. People have been shoplifting from me for a minute. All my best bids. Boost, what's up?
And Mad's never stolen anything.
Fuck no.
You steal from your own panelists during the show.
How dare you? What an accusation!
What was that?
You steal
what was that-
from the chat anytime they have the answer before you do.
Yeah, what was that idea you nicked from me? And
You're
were
a
so happy
thieving
about-
whore.
You were so happy you lifted it from me. You immediately told Summer with your microphone still on, so we could all hear.
What?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that name. Sorry.
Okay, we're not replacing the sports ball section with, ooh, let's just hate on Mad for the next 20 minutes.
I didn't know we had a sports ball section.
Yeah, bro, but, the NFL season's over.
Oh,
Not for Bears fans, because Slender's actually pro sports ball right now.
I'll tell you this.
Or the Broncos.
Because they beat the Packers,
Oh,
and
boy.
so he's super thrilled.
Oh, boy. I'll say this. Caleb's heart may bump Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? But that dude can play.
But apparently Kool-Aid can dissolve cheese because he just owns the Packers in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah.
This is good advice. You got to get that tussin. You got to get that tussin deep into the bone. If you run out of tussin, because add water, more tussin. Chris Rock, man, legend.
Just don't have Benadryl and bourbon.
Grape flavored tussin was the best, actually. I loved the grape flavored tussin.
yes.
I mean, I always grew up it was Robitussin, but since I've started working at a grocery store, I'm like, holy shit, there is stuff just called just Tussin.
Is it
Well,
really?
There is?
Well, that's once it went generic, Imp.
Probably,
I thought Robitussin already was kind of generic.
No.
Fireball. God. Man, you Hispanics love your spicy shit.
I don't know. I feel like Indian curry is like freaking so much hotter than Mexican spice cayenne.
Yeah, no, I don't do any of that shit. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, get yourself some Gurkha curry and then come talk to me.
No.
Or Thai curries can also be pretty hot.
Let's put it this way, Punk, when they serve somebody Gurkha curry, they usually have to put on a gas mask to serve it.
Yeah.
Y'all need to be hitting up on that purple stuff.
That purple drink?
Yeah.
You know, one that knocked the
In that
player
styrofoam
out of
cup.
the game?
Yeah.
When it's high enough percentage that it melts the styrofoam into the drink.
Real quick though, because I do have a life hack when it comes to city. So the easiest way to tell what part of town you're on is go to Taco Cabana or some other chain type taco place and order their queso and chips. And if it's spicy, you're on the wrong side. But if it's very mild, oh, this is probably where I should be looking for a plate. Because they know their customers.
But I want it spicy.
Then you need to go to the east side, my man.
Some like it
The
hot.
west side. Not a fan. Yeah, I get that.
Anymore.
Oh,
It sounds
I
like a story.
love spicy food.
No, not I.
Yes.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't need it. Don't want
I
it.
like food that has flavor. I don't need it to burn my taste buds
Right?
down.
There's times,
Which
certain
is why
flavors-
Italian food is the best food in the world, because it is flavorful, but it is not burned.
And you get to use it in this accent.
and you get the 5-cheese blender and all the
Hey.
salami you could want.
Max
Matt,
made ravioli
I don't
earlier.
we're not talking about exorcisms tonight. You don't need to do the Pope's exorcist.
Aw.
So when I was at aeronautics school in Tulsa, I worked at the mall. And next, I worked at the EB Games. And next to EB Games was this shop with peppers. And they would have all the ghost peppers and shit like that. Bro, people were hurting.
Oh, that's the ones where you got to watch out, because some people will accidentally just rub their eye,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh my god," and running around like they're dying.
Or their dick.
Yeah.
Well,
Wash
that's,
your hands before you go to the bathroom when
Yeah.
dealing
I
with
know
peppers.
somebody who did that.
One night, I was on patrol, right? Well, okay, I was watching. I think I was watching Friday Night Lights on my tablet, and I saw our lieutenant in his vehicle flying past me, lights going, just flying. I'm like, "What's the fuck?" I'm like, "Did I miss a call or something?"
I was
'Cause
about to
I'm on
say
the-
nothing came over the radio on that.
Yeah, well, because I got on our talk around, right? The one that's not monitor by the dispatch. I'm like, hey, did I miss a call? They're like, nope. LT just has to get somewhere. What happened was he was standing around talking, and he had his hand resting on top of his OC canister, and that shit went off and got on his hands. He washed them, and then a little bit later, he went to the gas station and went to take a piss. When he realized he did not wash his hands nearly enough, so he was rushing to get back to our locker room to take a shower to wash his shit.
Yeah, doesn't just water just make that stuff more oily and kind of spread more? Don't you have to use like Dawn or something to kind of break it up?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you probably could have found some nice detergent at the gas station.
Wait, what
Yes.
sure?
But he already pissed.
Talk about fire crash. Anyway, all right. Well, I guess we're done with the random first 10 minutes. Chad, what are we doing tonight? Steven?
We're acknowledging that today is the 18th anniversary of the Cowboys getting bounced by the Giants on their way to a Super Bowl win.
I just said we were
So
done.
we are doing sports ball?
No, we're not.
But along the lines of sports, we are going to discuss the early life of one of the great martial artists of our time.
Real
Chuck
quick.
Norris?
What the fuck? Come on, don't.
Bruce Lee?
What the?
Gordon Liu?
Who?
You would know him from Kill Bill.
Johnny Lawrence?
Sensei Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah, what's that woo guy from
That woo guy? Racist?
Woo woo.
No,
Woo
not
woo?
woo. No, that's the wrong thing. No, oh crap.
Oh, there's Yuen Wu Pig.
Is this part of a clan?
Jackie Chan.
No, It Man, IP Man.
Donnie
Donnie
Yen.
Yen?
Yeah, that
woo.
guy. Yeah,
Are you thinking of the director Yuen Wu Ping?
sure.
Okay, first of all, the best guys working in the industry right now, those dudes from Indonesia that did the raid, those dudes are legit. They need to be more stuff. Before we get in the story, I just wanted to hear everybody's history or experience with Steven Seagal. Not like if he, harassed you in some sexual way, that you don't have to tell us about that if there's an NDA, but meaning, like, did you grow up watching his movies? Were you a fan of his movies? Brahma, you want to start us off with that?
I did not grow up watching any of his movies.
Have you
I
seen
think
any
the
of his
first
movies?
time I saw one of his movies was, well, I take that back. There was one movie that I saw of his, and I'm trying to remember which one it was, but it's the one where he
Under
dies in the
Siege.
first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I've seen
Executive
Under
Decision.
Siege, but the first one that I saw
Executive
that
Decision,
he
yeah.
was in was Executive Decision, where he dies in the first 5 minutes, and I
that's,
was like,
that's really
"Haha."
a Kurt Russell movie. But
Well,
yeah.
they build it.
Yes,
as
but they
Steven
build it with
Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
They really did. And even when little Waddle Me went to that movie in the theaters with my dad, it was like, oh, bye.
Same
He
here,
did.
Punk. Were you
He
a
did.
Steven Seagal fan? Wing Wing was a pimp.
I think my dad enjoyed some of his early work just because of, the Chuck Norris, the Seagal, the, Good Guys Wear Black, the Saturday afternoon, the beat 'em ups sort of stuff.
So no.
So like his
Imp?
first 3 movies that were
I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I had a buddy of mine that was more Italian than Chad, so I was kind of forced to watch him.
I don't know why.
Is he Italian?
Ponytail.
No, because he always played in Italian in
He
the fucking
played in
movies.
Italian in the
Oh.
and above the
This
law.
is a buddy of mine who-
and-
Yeah.
Wanted to go see Rocky 5,
Nico.
dressed up like Rocky in his street clothes. Hat, fingerless gloves, the whole fucking nine.
GTL right there. GTL.
Chad?
All right, so my first movie that I went to with Seagal was Under Siege in the theater, and it was a great experience because I
it's a
got to
solid
see
movie.
boobs and the action was good. And Tommy
The
Lee
chick
Jones
popping
was a
out of the
great
cake.
film. Yeah, she
I
was hot.
wore that VHS off. I wore that.
And I was gonna say, and Tommy Lee Jones was actually a really great, like, crazy villain in that.
he
So,
was.
And then after we saw Under Siege, we realized that there were all these movies at the video store from Steven Seagal that we didn't know about, like Above the Law, and what was the one where he's fighting the Jamaican death
Marked for
twins?
Death.
Marked for Death, and that's like, man, these movies are great.
Yeah, but all those movies are the
But
exact
he
same
is
thing.
not.
No, they're not the same thing.
No, Marked for Death is totally different. Like fighting
Way different.
Using a katana to fight Jamaican drug lords that are
Fucking
twins.
awesome. You know what? I want to watch that one again. God dang, I'm gonna watch it when we're done.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the bad part of his story. He gets
No, this is the rise to fame for this part.
Yeah.
Right? And Above the Law was the one where he gets in the coma, right? And
No, that's Out for
Out for Justice.
Yeah. So for me, I was a huge Steven Seagal fan. I was way
This is
too
not
young
surprising.
to watch any of his movies, but I had them all. Above the Law, Marked for Death, Out for Justice. What am I missing?
I mean, we Above the Law, Out for Justice, Executive Decision.
No, yeah, but like his
Under Siege.
His early stuff.
Yeah, his main trilogy.
There was Marked for Death.
Well, Above the Law was the first one.
Yeah, which was the one with the really big boob woman? The like.
You're gonna have to.
No, well, one of them was. I'm gonna look it up. I'll tell you because she was like known for being hot and having big boobs. Above the Law, Hard to Kill. It was Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill.
Oh, Hard to Kill. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the one where he was in the coma.
And Kelly LeBrock. That's who it was. Kelly LeBrock was the big boobed love interest in it.
That's yeah. Didn't it get? Well, we'll cover his story. We don't have to get into. Yeah, Above the Law, Hard to Kill, Marked for Death. Good lord.
Yeah, he comes out of a coma 7 years later, and you can take that to the bank.
Yeah. I'm gonna take it to the bank, to the blood bank.
Hard to Kill and Marked for Death both came out in 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many movies was he doing a year?
Well,
Well, I mean, this was
One.
Okay.
except for
Some
90.
years, multiple. Because 96 he did 2, but one of those was Executive Decision that he only spent 5 minutes in.
all right. Yeah, so we go. I mean, this is a prolific run. Let's listen to 1988 Above the Law, 1990 Hard to Kill, 1990 Marked for Death, 1991 Out for Justice, 1992 Under Siege, 1994 On Deadly Ground. Remember when he's fighting for the Native American rights up there? Under Siege 2 Dark Territory, 1995. Then it starts.
And then it's
tailing
all
off.
yeah.
Then we get
Then
Executive
Glimmerman
Decision,
and an
Glimmerman.
episode of Roseanne.
So no, I don't
And
think
he was in
Steven
a
Seagal-
movie called The Patriot, but is not to be confused with the Mel Gibson one that's called The Patriot.
No, so Steven Seagal hasn't died, I guess. I saw the drinker video this morning with Lit Dev, and I've been working on this for a long time. And seeing him try to cover this man's life in 14 minutes, I was like, no. We're gonna start this tonight. So finished it up, and here we are. Because he didn't even scratch the surface of this man. But Drinker's great. Everybody loves him. He's awesome.
By the way, he's got a great name.
Except that he drinks Jack.
Do you remember his character's name in Hard to Kill?
I know his name in Above the Law was Nico.
Nico Toscani.
That was Above the Law.
That was
Mason
Above the
Storm.
Law. Hard to Kill was Mason Storm.
That's a good one.
And Marked for Death was Hatcher.
Didn't need a last name.
And now this is where Imp was going with the Italian, because
Like Cher.
Nico Toscani in Above the Law and Out for Justice, he was Gino Felino.
Hold on, real quick. Sherry, this is what I should be seeing in the chat. Thank you.
Why are you calling out Sherry specifically on that?
Why do I need to highlight her shit? You haven't even seen
Why
the
isn't-
pictures that
Because she
sent
talked
me,
about your cholesterol?
which is
Well,
perfect.
Schmegma is the leading cause of high cholesterol in MAD.
No. That shit stays in the chat. It's a new show. It's a new channel, a new show. We're gonna do this right. We're gonna get normies.
Schmegma is the new channel.
Yeah.
This dick is lame. Come on, all right, let's go, Chad. Start us off.
All right. So Steven Frederick Seagal was born on April 10th, 1952 in Lansing, Michigan. His mother was Patricia, a medical technician, and his father, Samuel, was a high school math teacher. Didn't see that one coming. Uh, his paternal grandparents were Russian Jewish immigrants. Stephen was a frail child who suffered from asthma.
Wait, he's Jewish?
Mm-hmm.
Does he know it?
Yeah, because he goes to Russia all the time. He's friends with Putin.
No, he doesn't go there all the time. He lives there. He is a citizen.
Well, I mean, that's like
Is he
going
a
there all the
citizen?
time.
Or does he just live there?
No. He's a Russian citizen.
Is he?
Him and Putin. Putin will come up to him. Steven, let's go to ride bear. It's Russia. This is what we do. And then they go ride bears. I've seen the paintings. Hell yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, Steven Seagal is a Russian citizen. He was granted citizenship in 2016. He also is a Serbian citizen.
Retain what? So you're my ride or die, bro. All right.
All right.
So he's
continue.
Jewish. That's what I got so far.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of miss Slender being here, making fun of what I say. It's just not the same.
Oh, we can all call you an idiot if you want.
Well, he's.
I didn't even hear what you said.
It just, the magic. I'm trying to get the magic back. Drink all that scissor up and get better, Slender.
Well, don't talk about it. Be about it.
Okay, I'll drink the syrup too. Just
Don't dream it, be it.
Are you gonna sip on that scissor?
Yeah, I'm
Scissor.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be a bro. Scissor, bro. I'm not trying to take his face anymore.
I wish I could move you up.
No,
Not you, punk Slender.
I know.
All right, go on, Chad.
All right, so Stephen was a frail child suffering from asthma. His mom would later describe him as puny.
How would you describe your firstborn? Puny.
One of his future wives would later describe him as having always been bullied as a child.
And small.
He had 3 siblings, and when he was 5, the family moved out west to Fullerton, California. And this is when Stephen discovered martial arts. At the age of 7, he fell in love with those martial arts and began training with Fumio Demura, a well-known instructor who had come from Japan.
I think you mean at 7?
Yes. Is that not correct? I feel like, yeah.
I'm looking
My
at it
information is well-known and impeccable.
now. Okay.
Are you sure he didn't?
My defense is impeccable.
It was punk. It was supplied.
Normally, I don't do interviews with female reporters unless we
No,
fornicate first.
I-
Punk, why are
I-
you gonna step on that?
Praise
I'm
be
not,
Allah.
I'm not trying to talk about the actual thing. I'm just saying, are we sure that at 7 years old, he didn't start writing for a paper? Okay.
I'm gonna eat your heart. I'm gonna.
This was the 60s, punk.
All praise to Allah.
Not the 1860s.
Oh, damn it. Too modern. Okay. Sorry. I'll try to keep up.
All right, so Demura worked in show business, most notably later in his life in the Karate Kid movies as the stunt double for Pat
I do see
Morita. And he also trained Morita to be able to appear on screen as if he knew karate.
Oh, Mr.
Mr.
Miyagi.
Miyagi was actually
Yes.
based on Demura.
Did I ever tell you about the dude I worked with when I was a cop who looked like a Hispanic Mr. Miyagi? I always was worried that I would find him dead in his patrol car. That's how old he was. Like I would pull up and he'd just be passed out, and I'd hit him on the radio, Goody, and then I hit my siren. He'd go, "Hey, the car there was speeding." I'm like, "Bro, I can see your radar. It's not even on." He's like, "No, it was speeding." He wouldn't have a hand mic for his radio, because like he's like, "No, if they run, you throw it at the back of their head." So he would toss his radio. Anyway, all right, go on.
I like how that went slightly Russian while trying to do a Mexican accent.
Yeah, he was a Russian Mexican.
You throw it at the back of their head.
So he was Speedy Gonzalez?
More like Speedy's cousin.
Oh, okay.
You know who was not Speedy? Mr. Miyagi. Those were some of the slowest choreography moves ever done. So if it was modeled after this guy, I'm not sure that that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Senor.
Maybe that's why Seagal is so slow.
Well, it's more like you. I mean, remember if you ever watched the Kill Bill, the Carradine? You remember he would do like the slow Tai Chi style moves.
In Kung Fu: The Legend Continues?
Well, that was the sequel to the original one, yeah. But
Yes.
All right, let's get going.
all
But
right.
this was the same show that was on in place of The Renegade and Time Cop.
Oh.
It was just on Friday night instead of Thursday.
It wasn't in place of Time Cop. Time Cop was a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're thinking of Time Tracks.
Could be.
Yeah.
Was Steven
Or-
Seagal on Time Tracks?
Highlander was also in that time slot on a
No.
given night.
We can keep going.
All right. So as he grew up, Steven spent his time doing martial arts and listening to rock music.
Oh, the devil's music.
As a teen, he decided to branch out further and began Aikido training. And at 17, he decided he really needed to learn all he could and traveled to Japan.
Smart. Go to the source.
So by
Go to the
18, he was
source.
in Japan, and it was the early 1970s. But his trip to Japan wasn't initially long or successful. Japanese teachers didn't generally accept Westerners, known as
Racist.
gaijin, especially not Americans, mostly because they didn't think they had the discipline. Most Americans who went to Japan hoping to learn just enough to go back and open their own dojo. But
Yeah,
Steven wasn't
that's
like
a good
that. He
idea.
wanted to go there and learn, and he trained for 8 hours a day for 2 years. Steven would later describe his time there, telling a story that, quote, he wanted to learn from a sword master at one point and went to the monastery where the sword master was, but he wouldn't meet with Steven. Steven came every day for a year. Then the sword master said there was no room for students, but they had room for a dog if he wanted to be a dog. Steven knew this was a Zen riddle and crouched low on all fours and walked like a dog inside the monastery. Then his teaching began.
No, I hope he was like, no, dum. No. This isn't some mystical Japanese bullshit. I'm not confused. I know he's Chinese, but that's the only one I know.
Is
I'm
that
not-
like Japanese for hazing?
I'm not confused. Like, that's such a dumb story. Also, I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange, they based it on Steven Seagal. Remember, he had to wait outside the magic
Or Fight
shop
Club.
or whatever. What about Fight Club?
Fight Club, they had to stand outside and wait to be invited in as well. Do you not remember this?
Yeah, of course I do.
Do we?
Did you just ooey?
I said, do we remember this?
Yeah, bro.
Woo-woo.
Ugh. hey, Sean, if you're still watching, clip that for me, brother. That was Project Mayhem. All right, go on.
All right. So Stephen would later tell the New York Times, "You have to understand that the way to enlightenment is through deprivation. They
Is
create
it?
an environment where you're not getting any approval for all the work you're putting in. You're not getting any sleep or love or attention.
Wait, so it's like he's on a Bobby Knight team.
Yeah. Only he's not getting hit with chairs.
You don't know? You don't know what his training is?
Well, it's sword fighting training. I would assume chairs are probably not being swung.
Hey,
Maybe
what was
wooden
that?
swords.
What was that one coach who got fired for locking people? It was a football coach.
So I think that
Locking
was at
people in the
Texas
shed.
Tech too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Man, I can't remember his name.
I think he just retired from being being a broadcaster.
Did he really? I didn't know he was
Yeah.
still alive. I can't
He
remember
did
his
what?
name. He locked a player in a closet.
Yeah.
That's not great.
at Texas Tech. Imagine,
Mike Leach.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep,
Leach.
that's who it was.
Imagine your university had both Bobby Knight and this Leach guy. I'm like, my God, you hate your students.
I like how the AI describes this. Leach was accused of locking James in an electrical closet for 3 hours, which was a violation of health and safety standards.
Did he know that? Where was it written? I didn't see it on the door when I slammed it shut. See, yeah, everybody steals from the best. Everybody be sampling.
Everybody
you
be
actually-
sampling. All right. Anyway, so
Did he die? No, go on.
all right. So you're getting your butt kicked and you're up before anyone fixing meals and cleaning, and then one day a teacher says, "Yeah, you've done a good job, so I'm gonna start teaching you."
Okay, cool. Hey, your indentured service is now done. You can.
It's like Wesley and the Princess Bride. I'd most like to kill you in the morning.
Despite apparently knowing the mysteries of the Zen way of teaching, Steven still managed to blow it. During a lesson, when he replied, "Yes, I know," the swordmaster believed he was saying he knew the lesson, and the swordmaster asked him to leave the monastery. Your attitude is not something I can work with. I need winners here.
Wait, can you say that again?
So, because Stephen was going on explaining how eventually the teachers will say, "I'm going to teach you," when they're ready for it. So, when it got to the sword master finally being ready to teach him, Stephen screwed it up because he said, "Yes, I know," and so the sword master kicked him out of the monastery for being arrogant.
Because he understood the mind games that the swordmaster was playing with him.
Yep.
And so
And
he
that-
knew that he was now ready to teach him.
Okay, that's one interpretation. Mine was, and that proved him right why he shouldn't let Americans in his sword class.
So, Stephen left Japan at that point and went back to California. He met Miyako Fujitani at LAX.
real quick. Chad is saying that Mad has gone nipple on the stream, so you need to change your avatar real quick, Mad.
Did you see what I said?
I saw the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I was trying to be helpful.
All right, what were you saying?
So he met Miyako Fujitani at LAX coming back to California. She said
How fortuitous.
He looked like a Japanese ghost in one of those Hawaiian shirts, the really bright ones. She was a second-degree black belt and the daughter of an Aikido master.
Oh,
They
boy.
fell in love when she
How
decided,
lucky for him is the thing that he loves the most.
They fell in love, and when she decided to return to Osaka, Stephen followed her and they got married in Japan. They would go on to have a son and a daughter, and he became a disciple of an Aikido headmaster, which happened to be her dad and his father-in-law.
Nepotism.
She also said at this point Stephen became a Shinto priest,
Oh, nice.
though this would take a year and he'd have to live on the site of the shrine.
Is that
Man,
like a dudist?
hold on, real quick, because people may not know this. Listen, they have classes to where if you don't have time to go to the school, they'll send their trainers to you. You saw it in the army all the time, like because we're trying to hurry up and get into Iraq because they had all these body bags that they needed to get filled. Anyways, so they needed this over there. And so some courses that you would normally go to a different installation to train, like they would have to come to us and train. So I'm sure it's a similar situation where he got he FaceTimed in or whatever the equivalent would be then. Also, how lucky is it for him that he fell in love with a woman who happens to have a dad in Japan with a dojo in Aikido?
I think he had Asian
It's-
fever.
It's pretty lucky if you manage to catch an Asian or a Japanese woman.
By the way, Steven was the original weeb.
As a weebologist, is that your
I can identify
certified
this.
opinion?
Yes, I can identify it because look, he set the blueprint for all these other weebs. You know what I mean? Like, I love Japan so much, I got to go over there. We had a guy.
The passport bros. Weeps.
Well, yeah, them too. But we had a guy came to us like halfway through our deployment. He was the worst fucking soldier I've ever been around in my life. He was a piece of shit. But one thing that he would do, he loved not Blue Moon Harvest, Blue Moon Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
That was a bunch of associated words.
Yep,
that
Sailor
got you
Moon.
somewhere.
Sailor Moon is a franchise, yes.
Yes, the anime, right? He would sing the theme song on command in English, and they'd be like, "Nah, do it in Japanese," and he would switch to Japanese.
Yeah,
he could
that's
not
normal.
wait to get to Japan.
Yep, sounds about right.
That is exactly who it is, Soul.
Chad said that's normal.
Yeah.
Sailor Moon was popular. It had the boom anime babes.
And
It was normal to know the song in Japanese, though?
If you really cared, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to watch the OP in
Are you
Japanese.
I mean, if your subs not dubs, of course you know.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I have to deal with this in the mornings with Lit Dev. I'm not doing it here on my own show.
Let's see.
You are the one who opened the door.
He hasn't done that for a long time. Anyways,
we're just talking in context. I haven't gone off the rails yet.
Context.
He hasn't done it that you notice because.
And in the morning, I had to sit through you guys watching a whole video about Wicked. So
oh my God, was that horrible?
I think we can accommodate this. All right. So, Steven said his Aikido master eventually sent him to the north of Japan to open a dojo and teach their ways.
And teach their ways.
Well, that's a standard thing.
Yeah.
Like if you.
It just sounds so fake and pretentious coming from him.
Well,
there's a master and an apprentice.
No, I get that. I went to north of Japan and taught them our ways.
Yeah, so
our ways being me, a white man, teaching the Japanese their ways.
Speaking of arrogant, pretentious, and making unfounded claims, Steven would later say he was the first Westerner to have a dojo in Japan, claiming my first 2 years, people from your average hood to the martial arts community were constantly trying to kick my butt or burn down my dojo or discredit and shame me. And then I established my reputation, and nobody wanted to try anything.
Oh my God!
So basically, he was.
Hold on, let him finish that. Hold on, let him
ahead.
finish that last. There's a last little bit.
Okay.
Steven even said some of the people he fought were actually Yakuza.
Fuck you, bro.
Okay, so somebody
I
who
saw
was picked on
Hard
a
Room.
lot as a kid, and now he's getting his just desserts, at least in his own head.
Yeah, that definitely fueled a lot of his arrogance and his persona.
Yeah.
Which this is just proof that bullying works. Look at what they turned him into. And for a little bit, it was good.
Well, to be fair,
what up, Alex?
See, I'm not sure how good it was because the truth was the dojo was actually owned by his mother-in-law and managed by Miyako. And she would say, as far as fighting criminals, it was a lie. He occasionally chased a few drunks away from the dojo.
They were Yakuza drunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tattoos.
As far as the black belt he earned in Aikido, she said the judge was actually infamous for his laziness and had fallen asleep during Steven's presentation, so the judge just gave him the black belt.
It's like me during his movies.
So what I hear. Oh boy, I'm gonna be defending this guy at least for this first part. Maybe not in the second or third part, but this one I will. Here's the thing, though. Just because no one saw him do the performance doesn't mean he didn't earn a black belt. You get what I'm saying?
You're saying the judge was the only person paying attention? No,
I think if you put the judge to sleep, then you probably
No, he was
didn't earn
known
it.
for going to sleep. It wasn't just a Steven. What I'm saying is Schrodinger's black belt because no one actually saw him earn it, but he also earned it.
You're saying that the judge was the only one watching him and nobody
No.
else saw during the test because you said no one
No.
else watched him.
No, they specifically said the judge fell asleep.
I know, but then you said nobody saw him earn it, so therefore he
But-
earned it.
No, nobody saw him earn it or not earn it is what I'm saying.
Well, was the test done only in front of the judge, or were there other people watching?
I think Punkwaddle's saying that people did see the
Him
test
take the
happen.
test. Just because the judge fell asleep, there are other people there that saw them take the test.
This isn't a tree
Yeah, but they're not
falling in the
qualified.
forest situation.
But that doesn't mean they were qualified to make any type of judgment on his skills. All I'm saying is he earned it. Let's go.
All right.
Dick
So,
Kurt.
Steven at this point wanted to return to the United States and get into movies.
Smart.
Miyako saved money for years to help pay his way back, and so Steven left his family in Japan and came back to the U.S. in 1980. She would say, "On top of running the dojo, I had to raise my children. I don't know how we got by. Sometimes we could only afford cheap brown rice for dinner."
But you
So
would have been
he-
eating that anyways.
No.
What?
No, they
White
would have
rice.
been eating nice long grain rice.
Yeah,
not
white
grain,
rice.
white
cheap
rice is
brown.
God, I was making a joke.
Everybody
The white
knows
rice.
brown rice is just the dirty rice.
Anyway,
I think
so
it's actually the
Steven's
more
living.
healthy rice.
Yeah, I
Steven
know.
went to work on himself to be the best him he could be, and this chick is
So he was the original
complaining.
hipster too, and otaku.
Hey,
So
hey, chick! If you have a problem raising your children, shouldn't have had them.
Just
Dude,
let me go to
how-
Hollywood.
I
It'll
don't
turn
think-
out great.
All
I
right,
thought
so-
this
so
was Dad's new channel.
I do, to be fair to Miyako, raising half gaijin children in Japan is not the easiest thing.
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you trying to say they're not accepted there?
Correct. They
First,
are.
I'm hearing of it.
It is a famously xenophobic society.
Did you not ever watch the Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery movie, Rising Sun?
No, but I saw Black Rain with Michael Douglas.
Yeah, very well. The other one I referenced actually has more to, because Tia Carrera, who was not, I believe, Japanese, was
You?
playing the daughter of Sean Connery in that. Anyway, in the U.S., Steven said he was disgusted by the fast food cookie cutter U.S. approach to martial arts.
Oh boy, if Count Dante heard this bullshit.
He thought Americans just knew martial arts through Hollywood movies, which of course he was trying to break into at the time.
Right? He's like, man, the people, all they know is what they see in the movies. Anyways, I'm gonna be in the movies.
Yeah, so
I'm
he
going to
opened
do
a-
my
them.
own stunts.
So he opened a
Well.
dojo in New Mexico, which promptly failed within months. And then he came back to LA and opened a dojo on La Cienega in West Hollywood. La Cienega, Cienega. Is that, I mean, if you want to
It-
give me a better Latin pronunciation.
Where did you say this was in California?
This is
Going
this
with
is
the
West
soft-
Hollywood.
Going with the soft E, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Sherry, can you here? I'll put it in the chat.
You could ask her for the pronunciation.
Yeah.
I know.
Wait, hold on. That doesn't make sense because we're not going to hear her pronounce it.
You know,
Can you phoneticize this for us?
Soul Assassin is right there.
Right, but
I don't know.
shame. We're talking about your culture, your people, your language. Shame.
According to AI,
What up,
it's
E. Clay?
La Cienega.
Yeah, La
Yeah,
Cienega.
La Quinta.
Cienega in
La
West
Quinta?
Hollywood.
No, that's La Quina. Get it right.
So in West Hollywood, he actually started getting a reputation as an authority on martial arts. And
Oh,
after
no.
a while, celebrities actually began seeking him out for training.
Oh God.
In 1983, Sean
Oh.
Connery, preparing for his comeback in a James Bond movie, went to Steven for training.
Boy.
You know, because
Steven, can you teach me how to slap a bitch?
this was actually going to be very helpful because
This
this is, Sean Connery's mindset is I will learn authentic Japanese martial arts from Steven Seagal of Russian Jewish ancestry, and that gave him the right mindset for Highlander, where he would
This is
play
the way to become a Spanish peacock.
a Spanish Egyptian.
Well, what's funny though is imagine Sean Connery and Steven Seagal working together.
So slow.
I'm sure it goes well.
Oh, well, yeah, let's talk about that. So Sean Connery, having a little bit of background in martial arts, began training with Steven and was, per Steven, getting a little cocky and tried to do a move.
No, Connery said Steven was getting cocky.
Yeah, all right. Well, Connery said Steven was getting cocky during training, did a move, put a hand in. Well, the wording's a little. All right. Connery, I'm going to read it as it's worded. Connery said Steven was getting cocky during training, did a move, put a hand near Steven's face, who reacted and ended up breaking Connery's wrist.
Oi.
How old was he at this point? Because, the wrist or the hips of the arms for seniors.
1983, Connery was probably 43.
40
You like
something.
that one, Punk?
Yeah, right around there. Another of Steven's dojo clients was considered to be the most powerful man in Hollywood. Head of CAA, Michael Ovitz. Ovitz had been introduced to Seagal by James Coburn. Ovitz famously would go on to be the co-head of Disney for a little while before Michael Eisner kicked him out. Steven was also getting media attention, and the Los Angeles Times interviewed him and asked him about action heroes of the time. And Steven was more than happy to share his disdain specifically of Chuck Norris. He said, quote, I can't stand his movies. I can't watch them. Just because he's a movie star doesn't mean he's a great martial artist, end quote. Bear in mind that Chuck Norris actually won international competitions.
Have y'all ever seen? I'm pretty sure I made y'all watch at least a clip. Lone Wolf McQuade.
Yeah, where he the part where he's getting buried, but still
Yeah,
drinks the beer.
in his Bronco. It was my favorite movie as a kid. I'm talking like 3 years old, and I would watch it every day. It's
favorite
such a great
part
movie.
about Lone Wolf McQuade is when he does the face off with Carradine, how Carradine's wearing like an old man's sweater.
Yeah. But dude, the score in it is phenomenal. It's a really good movie. And it's kind of subversive in the way, because he's not doing his normal thing. In this one, he's a Texas Ranger, right? So he's kind of playing out of type.
As
For
opposed
Lone
to
Wolf.
Delta Force.
Yeah.
Or when he was Walker, Texas Ranger.
Well, that was later.
Yeah. That was
No,
way
this
later.
would be circa when he was doing like Invasion USA, Missing in Action 2, the beginning, Delta Force. What was the one he did with Louis Gossett Jr., Fire Walker or something?
The Expendables 8.
You keep jumping 40 years. Like, all right. So Steven was also a very passionate man and decided that he was no longer interested in being married to his Japanese wife. So he met and married an actress named Adrienne LaRosa.
What? Hang on, I'm sorry, real quick. Did he get they got a divorce though, right?
There's no reference to him actually getting a divorce.
Oh boy.
Were they just
Sorry.
married in Japan? And
Are we going to
not-
find out that he's Daniel LaRusso's dad?
It may be stepdad, but
Did he just go to Japan, marry her, go to Japan, use her family lineage
How
heritage,
dare you?
And
They
then
fell
come
in
back.
love.
and then decide that he wanted to have an American sweetheart instead?
Different
He
area.
married.
I
He
figured
married
it out,
for
man.
credentials.
I figured it out. So remember, he was a Shinto priest. He had spent a year doing that. So as using his Shinto priest powers, he dissolved.
He
the marriage.
annulled the marriage.
Oh, you guys act as if it's going to count on different continents. It's not even the same hemisphere. You know what I mean? Like there's rules of this shit. He's fine.
Sister, are you doing Sister Wives Steven Seagal edition?
No, he's just marrying. Instead of like junior high when you date up, he's marrying up, allegedly.
What the fuck was What was your junior high like? What was going on?
Oh,
You had a class system to
high school, like dating. You know, when it's like somebody, you date somebody for like their social status, and somebody else sees you and like, oh, I could get into that group because now I'm connected to this group, and you just a social climber by dating status.
No, punk. One, I was already pretty high up. Two, I didn't look at people as just things to be used for my own benefit.
I did. I'm socially awkward penguin. Have you not seen the memes? I mean, I'm just saying I've seen things. Yeah.
I mean, we've heard your jokes.
Oh,
yeah, you've made comments, haven't you? Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna move up. That was mean.
Wow, sympathy vote.
Wow.
Without Slender here, it's just different.
All right, so so Steven met and married actress Adrienne LaRussa in 1984. Right after he married her, he saw the movie Woman in Red and became obsessed with actress Kelly LeBrock, telling a friend, "She is my destiny." You know, so he's super faithful.
Right as he's gotten married.
I really hope that she's on it, like on either a different continent or a different country, so that he can just do his same move of, "Hey, I'll be back. I'm just going over to that hemisphere."
He just got married and he's pulling the Wayne's World thing. She will be mine. Oh yes, she will be mine.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Not Along Came Polly. What was the other one where he went on vacation with the chick that he barely knew? They just got married, and then he falls in love with Eva Longoria, Ben Stiller. All right, I was the only one that saw that one.
No idea.
It was like the Heartbreak Kid.
The Heartbreak Kid, yeah,
something like stupid like that.
It's pretty funny.
Only HBK I know is in wrestling.
That's for mocking Mad's reference.
It wasn't mocking Mad's reference. It
You
was
were
referring to
belittling
the
it.
only HBK I know.
You were belittling it by saying that it would be the only thing that a regular person would know. I don't appreciate you doing that.
Chad bringing that hammer down tonight.
Well, I mean, Mad, people got to respect your show. This is History Interrupted. This is a flagship program.
Sherry,
I don't appreciate Chad turning the channel back into a gay channel.
Sherry, I'm gonna move right past that because I wasn't actually listening. Sherry, I know you were subscribed to my other channel. You know what kind of movies I like.
Mad, have we
Those were
reached the
terrible
point
in a
in
different
Steven
way.
Seagal's career where Neil Breen could get him for a movie?
Oh my god, could you imagine those two working together? The
mean,
egos.
I'm just thinking
The
about how
special
great
effects.
the stunt choreography would be.
Yes, the fight against the tiger would go completely different.
Well, first of all, Steven Seagal would be the tiger.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I thought the tiger was a chick.
And I've
Not
never
if
denied
Steven
it.
Seagal was available.
Right? Because he can't. Neil Breen's going to be the star. It's his movie. He's the
He's
caterer.
still not going to be able to kiss Steven Seagal either way because nobody kisses Neil Breen in the movies.
I mean, I think he would make an exception.
Seagal or Breen?
Both? Who knows? Those two crazy kids could hit it off. All right,
Seagal should have been the one who played his twin in the Cade.
Yes, he should have been.
That would have been epic.
Cade. He should have been Cade?
Which was the evil one?
Cade, I think, was the evil one.
I think Seagal should have played the evil twin.
Yeah. And they put in zero effort on trying to make them look similar, but still call him a twin. It's because of the aliens. Remember, they got abducted by aliens?
I mean, Seagal knows how to grow a goatee. He's had one a long time, so go for it.
Then who? And you better choose this carefully. Because there are two choices. Neither one of them is correct.
Breen or Seagal.
Well, speaking of Seagal, after having just married his new second wife, He decided to travel to
wives.
Japan because Kelly LeBrock was in Japan doing a
Oh
modeling
boy,
job.
that's gonna be awkward.
So he
Oh,
decided
no.
he should travel there to woo her.
Wait, imagine you're his kids and like, oh, you're home. No. I'm just passing through.
Can I crash?
I'm kind of a big deal here in Japan. I was the first white man to open a dojo.
Can I crash with you while I go chase after some other hottie?
Oh, imagine if he stays there.
Well, remember,
Do you
they're
need
in
any
northern-
protection from the Yakuza? Because
They're
I've
in
been known to
northern
do it
Japan.
before.
He's not even telling them he's coming back to Tokyo.
Oh, of course he's not.
Yeah, so he tracked her down in the hotel in Tokyo. LeBrock would say they'd spoken on the phone a few times, but she was gonna blow him off. But then he kept pestering her until she agreed to meet him for a drink, and the sparks just flew.
Man,
She said-
remember those days where you could harass, follow, and stalk a chick until she falls in love with you, and then tell the story as if it's adorable?
I know,
Right
I've
after you just
celebrated
got married to your second wife without divorcing your first?
To be
Yeah.
fair to Seagal, I appreciate that technique. I'm about to celebrate 20 years of marriage based on wearing down a woman to the point where she gave up and went out with me. So there we go.
Yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta have that. You gotta have that long riz. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta have the long game going.
yeah. You gotta invest in the riz.
LeBrock would say he spoke fluent Japanese, could do acupuncture, chiropractics, sang, played guitar and drums, and could draw. He was an all-around Renaissance man.
Okay,
What that
real
quote tells you and reinforces is that chiropractics is bullshit. Because he probably is as qualified as any doctor of chiropractics.
You're going to need another adjustment next week. Come back.
It's as legitimate as acupuncture. Yeah, I agree. Real quick, how the fuck would she know he spoke fluent Japanese? She wouldn't know.
They were in Tokyo. I would imagine it would be from him talking to other Japanese people.
He was probably just ordering for
Around
her at the
them.
restaurant.
Probably something high in alcohol content to get her more sociable.
Oh my god, he was probably telling the Yakuza waiters to get them roofies into Kelly LeBrock's drinks.
Yep.
Well, no, okay.
He's sitting there in the restaurant with her, and he was like, "Yes, we would like sushi," and she's like, "Oh, you speak Japanese?"
Yeah,
Yo, I
yeah.
used to live here.
At the end
Yes,
of ordering,
I'm fluent.
At the end of
I would also like
ordering,
some sake.
Want to go see the dojo I opened and owned?
After he finished ordering, he went Domo arigato.
Domo arigato,
Mr. Roboto.
Mr. Roboto. That's
And
where I was
she's like,
headed.
he even knew the name of the waiter. All right.
Carne asada. I can say carne asada.
But you can't
So-
roll your R to do it.
So the affair with Kelly LeBrock started hot and heavy. Learning of it, Adrian immediately filed for an annulment. Later
Why?
telling Spy magazine,
This
"Not
is
only
recently
did-"
married second wife.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Not only did I not ask for anything, but I gave him money for months afterward just to get him out of my life. I can't say very much, but I'm afraid of Steven and I can say I am afraid of him and his friends.
Real quick though, yo, he has some riz. That's a second chick that has paid for him to leave him.
It wasn't alimony. It was just restitution to get him away from me.
I don't think
the
that's
first wife did the
riz.
same thing.
I think that's
I thought we established they didn't get divorced.
No, she saved up
She
money
did an
for
annulment.
years to pay for him. No, the first one.
Oh,
saved
yeah.
money for
Yeah.
To
years.
get him back to America.
Yeah.
All
And then
well,
this chick
we're-
paid him
we're
too.
I like how he's gone back and forth between Japan and America multiple times, but when he needed to get back to America, he's like, "Wife, you need to save up many years of money for me to get back."
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because we're about to circle back to Miyako in a second. But first, we have so we're at a point in life where so now he's had his second marriage annulled, so which is good for him legally because an annulment makes it like it never happened, which means he never committed polygamy. So
Yeah.
that's good.
I don't think legally he could be held accountable for that. Go
Can't be held responsible. She was touching her face.
yeah. Geneva
According
courts.
She fell in love in the first place.
That was her mistake. According to an ex-CIA officer and friend, Bob Strickland, In 1985, Steven was in desperate need of money. This is probably because he traveled to Tokyo to woo Kelly LeBrock on
And all he
And-
does
and
is open
blew-
up dojos.
And he blew all his money to go over there. And like, I'm going to take you to the best sushi place you've
Yeah, he
ever been
probably
to.
bought really Yakuza drinks.
So he arranged for a friend to steal LeBrock's Porsche for insurance money.
I'm glad to hear that he came up with a reasonable, you know, way to
Yes,
earn this
insurance fraud.
From your annulled.
Stephen would tell the Los Angeles Times that he tried to catch the thief, but unfortunately wasn't able to. Another friend from this time said when Steve was hard up for money, he would disappear for about a week, then come back flush with cash, and one time even came back with a new car.
Is he a gigolo?
No, he would.
He's
at
American Yakuza.
No, he did get apparently caught saying one time that he was taking out and doing hits for the mob.
Is that why he wore that
Believable.
lawn duster? You know, was made way cooler in the Matrix than when he ever wore it.
Did they sell propane and propane accessories at that place?
I mean, I think that's what
and
would.
propane accessories.
I didn't know he
I
lived in Texas.
I feel like that's a safe assumption that a propane company would sell propane.
No,
and propane accessories.
no.
All right, so
Damn it.
now we're at. Now we finally reached 1986, and finally, he and Miyako get divorced.
So they weren't before. That's awesome.
Now, the reason he finally got divorced from Miyako was because once they were divorced, he was able to marry Kelly LeBrock.
Well, hold on.
Yes.
Him being married didn't stop him from marrying that other chick.
Yeah, but he wanted LeBrock's money officially, so this way he could get it.
This way, he could actually get half in the divorce.
Or she'd
Because
pay him.
technically, if he married someone when he was already married, he would have no rights.
But
to
that was a
marital
Japanese
assets.
marriage.
It's still legal.
But he did
In
impress
Japan.
LeBrock by going in front of the judge and going, Wagyu Sake Sushi.
Sir, this is California. I have no idea what you're saying.
And LeBrock was like, oh, every time he speaks Japanese, I just
You
get
know, it's
better."
the even funnier part, Matt. There was a kid doing a tour of the courtroom at that time. His name was Lance Ito, and it inspired him to be a judge hearing someone finally talk.
Oh, it took
authentic
me a
Japanese.
second. I was like,
He did
okay.
well as a judge,
All right.
One thing
presiding
stands
over
out.
many important cases.
Yes, and made sure that justice could be found for the real killer.
Yep. That was never found.
I'm just saying, who the fuck is going to offer up an award, a reward for finding the killer if they're the killer? Innocent guys don't do. You know what I mean? Guilty people don't do that.
Yeah, guilty people never write a book that says, if I did it,
Did he say I did it? Was the book called I Did It?
if you take off the if.
But
You know what?
can't.
All I know is
I
guilty
can.
feet have no rhythm.
Wait, what?
You're never going to dance again. Shut up.
Good. What the fuck happened? I don't
Dance
know,
if you wanna.
but like Judge Ito, I'm making a decision on this one, and I think Punkhead needs to.
All right. So
I'm gonna leave my friends behind if they don't dance.
now established with LeBrock, Steven Seagal would meet a man named Jules Nasso through his marriage with LeBrock, and they hit it off. Nasso was a Staten Island pharmacist who
Oh,
had
boy.
become the owner of a company that provided pharmaceuticals to merchant ships. You know, he kept all those sailors up on amphetamines so they could do that job.
They're like, no,
24/7.
yeah, like Fin's great, guys. He's really gonna help you out there.
So yeah,
Quaaludes, I can get you those too.
he's like, you need some green meanies so you can stay up on that. All right. By the way, did you know that was the official way the U.S. military used to help soldiers working late shifts in the 50s and 60s?
Yeah, bro.
It was still that way when Matt was in.
What, they would just give
I
you
wish.
amphetamines?
No, all we got was rippets.
No, they
What
just give them to him now.
No, but what? No, they give them the community amphetamines.
I wish there was those. That would have been cool.
Matt was I would have been rating that more than the armor. All right, all right. So while he owned this company, Nasso actually became a production assistant for Sergio Leone as he was shooting Once Upon a Time in America. He said he got this position because he was good friends with Tony Danza, who had introduced him to Sergio Leone. When Tony Danza was asked about this, he said, "I know Nasso, but he's no friend of mine."
Hey,
So
no,
Na-
I know. Forget it.
Now,
I can't do Tony
Nasso
Danza.
was known because he was known for other things, including working for his uncle Julius, the owner of Nasso Concrete, a company famous for being involved in the extortion case of Fat Tony Salerno.
Wait,
Now
was
these
his-
names,
Hold on.
real
Yes,
quick.
extremely famous.
Wait,
was
no,
his
real
first
quick.
name Orange?
You've never heard of Tony Salerno?
Hold it, real quick though. These names are getting like they're significantly getting more Italian,
And it's starting
and
to
that
be
has
Which
me
is
named
worried.
which is why Chad knows him, and the
Yeah,
rest of us are like, who?
I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, he
I know
was in
Fat
Genovese.
Tony.
He
These
was
are some of our
Genovese. Crime
national
family.
heroes.
I mean,
Leon, what? Who is this?
Leone,
Leone.
Sergio Leone.
yeah, Sergio.
Yeah.
Well, you might know him from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and the other
Yes.
spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood.
By the way, did y'all know that he had all the actors, because they all spoke different languages, right? He had them actually do their lines in their own language and just dub it over later. How impossible would it be to act with a group of people and nobody speaks the same language? That's absurd.
And then have Steven Seagal on there just speaking Japanese
What? No, I would know. I was talking
fluently.
about who doesn't know?
Yes, we know Sergio Leone.
Okay, that was one way to respond. I was just gonna say, who said they didn't know?
I mean, this is the part of the story I'm like, I know these dames. I know what they've been doing.
I mean, I've never met him personally.
We didn't do the wedding march at my marriage. We did the Ecstasy of Gold from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
That's kind of
Wait,
weird.
for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
It was a backyard wedding. We had already been married in Vegas 6 months earlier.
Interesting.
This was to family and friends, whatever thing.
So,
they didn't put peanut butter on their gums. That was Mr.
so
Ed.
That's Mr. Ed with
Yeah.
strings on the lips.
So for those of you who may remember the movie Back to School, you can just think of what Rodney Dangerfield said around that same time. I don't know if you know who's in that business, but you don't want to deal with them too much. That's the concrete business with Julius Nasso dealing with Fat Tony Salerno. Nasso and Steven became very close, with Steven now deciding that he should move to Staten Island right next door to Nasso.
Oh,
Smart.
Nasso's house was huge, and by
Good
comparison,
thing he's got Kelly
Steven's-
LeBrock's money.
Yeah, by comparison, Steven's house was only about a third of the size. Steven's house looked like a normal suburban home, and Nasso even joked that it was his guest house.
Oh man, what a dick.
wow,
Great.
he's
At this
getting
point,
bullied by his
Steven,
new friends
Real,
too.
real quick, like I'm worried because he's starting to get bullied again. And the last time he got bullied, he made like huge life changes. So
Yeah, and he joined the Yakuza. I mean, fought the
Look.
Yakuza.
Look, he's staying in my my mother-in-law's cottage, but he only has paper walls and paper doors. What a loser, Dojo.
what just happened?
I don't know.
I'm just assuming Steven Seagal converted everything to paper walls and paper doors
Oh,
Yeah.
to be more like his Japanese heritage.
because
Yeah.
he's a weeb.
Mm-hmm. Why would you need drywall?
True. A wet wall works just as well, I guess. I'm not a I'm not a constructionologist, so
Now, so Steven was married to Kelly LeBrock, and they were living in this home in Staten Island. This house was also across the street from Tony Bellatti's house.
real quick. I think Brahma is referencing Fat Tony Solano. Not
Wasn't me referencing anything.
I can pronounce all these guys'
No.
names.
no. Chad read it and said everybody the famous case, and you're like, I've never heard of him.
Fat Tony Salerno.
Yeah, Solano.
Salerno.
Sorry, Solano. There. Moving on. Nailed it.
Let me do it this way. So now we got little Tony Bellotti over. And I'm kidding. All right. So Tony Bellotti was living across the street from them. Tony Bellotti famously was the underboss of the Gambino crime family under Paul Castellano, who was famously murdered at the orders of.
Oh no.
Who? Come on, you guys know him, the Teflon Don himself.
Trump?
John Gotti. John Gotti ordered the murder of Paul Castellano and Tony Bellotti so that he could take over as head of
by
the
the way-
Gambino crime family.
I love how into this shit Chad is because this is his people from his hood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm American.
No. He's Jersey, like he's New Jersey.
New York. But
Yeah, Chad is.
Motherfucker.
I'm American. I don't know who the hell he's talking about on any.
You don't know Gotti?
I know
You don't
Gotti.
John Gotti. And, Sammy the Bull Gravano.
Because I'm in Texas. You want to talk about the cartel? We can talk.
Yeah.
I mean, Imp knows all these names.
Yeah, I do.
Look at him. He's like, he just doesn't want to say them out loud.
There's like one Italian
care,
family
'cause I'm not
in
Italian.
Buffalo.
What the fuck do you say, Matt? You think
What?
there's you know that every major city in New York is infested with us Italians.
Ha! Not anymore. Y'all got overran.
It's an interesting choice of words.
I could say something. I just don't want to demonetize or ruin the chances of monetization for Mad's channel.
Were you gonna say like Italian slurs?
No.
Hey, Em, give me your top 5 Italian slurs.
No.
Oh, what do you got?
I'll go meatball head.
You're not going to go without papers over here?
Don't get that way.
What are the initials for without papers? W-O-P.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah. It's actually
Isn't that
WAP.
just like a without papers?
It's
Bring a
actually
knife to a gunfight.
it's actually WAP. It's wet ass pussy.
I don't think. Well, I mean,
I
you
don't
might
know
need
what
a
that has to
bucket
do
of
with
mob
Italians.
for the mob, depending on how much spaghetti sauce got spilled that day. But
So
I like how Mad's thing with Imp on the new show is, let me ask you a question that will get me demonetized immediately and see if you will answer.
I want to know.
And one of these days you're going to catch me off guard. And I apologize in advance.
so,
Regatoni Fooney.
So as they're living around all of these prominent members of the Gambino crime family, Jules Nasso, in order to completely circumvent any assumptions you would make about what a Italian person living in that part of Staten Island did for a living, chose to have a large marble panther in his foyer,
Nice.
a lagoon-style
Classy.
pool with a giant peacock mural,
How could you not?
a giant purple and green themed master bedroom,
What other
And a-
colors would you choose?
and a large painting of Danny Aiello's thumb.
This just sounds like the jerk.
Yeah.
Danny Aiello being a close friend of Jules Nasso.
I
Wait,
would
so
probably-
what? Wait, he had a giant painting of his friend's thumb.
Yeah.
Was it still
Cool.
attached to his friend?
No, the painting. No, it wasn't attached to him.
Yeah, you'd walk into Jules Nasso's house and he'd be like, when you're here, you're family.
Unlimited soup and salad.
What about the breadsticks? That's the best part.
You also get that.
Remember what he did for a living? It was unlimited
cost extra for the
amphetamines.
dips.
Mad was like mad he didn't get to visit. He would have been like, I would have been stocking up. All right. So Jules was also the best man at Stephen and Kelly's wedding
Oh.
and became the godfather of their first 2 children.
Oh boy, he did that again, huh?
Yeah.
So Stephen now has 4 children,
Oh.
2 living back in Japan, and I'm sure very fond of their absentee father,
Yeah.
and now
Why
2
not?
with LeBrock. So by now in 1986, the Los Angeles Times interviewed Seagal again, and they talked about his background and that Hollywood studios were actually interested in making movies with him.
Nice. About
Seagal
time.
had said Warner Brothers had offered him a film and scripts were currently being written. He mentioned Ovitz from CAA was his client at the dojo because he's not name dropping at all. Then said he wasn't. Then said they love each other. I'm his guru.
Now, did he open a dojo in Staten Island, or is this the one back in
Back in
California
LA.
still?
This is back in LA because he had LeBrock money
LA.
now, so they bought it multiple houses.
Right, so he's just not running his dojo, it's just somebody else.
I mean, that's probably why it was successful. Every dojo he ran, we know that the one dojo in Japan was okay because Miyagi was doing
the mother ran it. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we know that with being married to LeBrock, he probably got someone who was actually able to run this business for him. All right, so in the interview, he made sure he came across as an authority on martial arts.
Which
at
he
one
was.
point saying, there is no such thing as a ninja. Anyone who says he's a ninja is scamming you.
True. Where's the lie?
It'd be like some jerk going to London and coming back to America and saying, I'm going to teach you the secrets of knighthood if you want to. I mean, number one, he compared that saying like ninja not existing to being a knight, which 100% does exist, specifically in England.
but like he means nice like of the old republic, you know?
Seagal would say, if you want to learn the ways of an assassin, you become an agent of the CIA or KGB. Well,
where's
he's not
the
wrong
lie?
there.
Other than the knighthood thing.
It's called Hema, chat.
Hematogen? What's called Hema?
I'm a little lost on that. Yeah. All right. Oh, historical European martial arts.
I was this years old when I learned that Europe has martial arts. I thought they had like gentleman karate or whatever, where like you use your cane or your powder to blow into their face.
That you're referring
or
to
your top hat.
Are you thinking of the Marquis of Queensberry rules that established the first formal rules for boxing?
Did that include top hat?
Marquee.
Did that
No.
did those rules include top hats, canes, or powder?
In the context of boxing, they always pronounce it the Marquis of
Yes, I get that.
Queensberry.
Yeah, but I was clearly talking about their martial arts form.
But
I know I'm correcting Brahma, who tries to
Was
go
that
with
leak-
the real
no.
pronunciation, the French pronunciation.
what was that one movie that had
Yes,
Channing
you called it
Tatum
real pronunciation.
dancing around like an idiot?
Punk, they stepped all over you. What did you say?
I said, "Oh, thanks." They said that. What was that movie? With the second one was Channing Tatum was dancing around like an idiot. And
Not Save the Last Dance. It was
This is the end?
Step Up.
Step up.
no, I'm talking about
Step up to the streets.
superhero, or not the secret British agent thing.
Kingsman.
Thank you, the Kingsman. You know that.
Wait.
Oh
that
yeah,
whole-
Channing Tatum was in the second one.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's
Tex.
right. He was. Yeah,
Yes, the not Pedro Pascal character.
that's right. Because there was the American one was the whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah. Point is, the first one, you know, with their rules of engagement of being a gentleman as opposed to.
Okay, you know what, guys? We have 3 parts, and we are not close to this being done. Let's try to keep it on track. You know, Steven Seagal related stuff.
Oh, because 30 minutes about the mob was important.
That was a part of the story. Nobody brought up Kingsman in the story. That was, you know what? I don't like this attitude you're developing right now.
I thought we were riffing like we used to, and now
Yeah, we do,
Statesman
but-
was based off of Old Forester.
So, Ovitz did arrange for Steven to show off his martial arts skills at
Nice.
a Warner Brothers audition because he wanted Steven to make a movie with Warner Brothers so much he actually offered up his biggest director that he represented for the Lethal Weapon sequel if Warner Brothers would just make a film with Seagal. How does Steven Seagal suck these people in?
Right?
Michael Ovitz was like the
What?
biggest talent agent in Hollywood.
Like his dick must pour beer, or you know what I mean, or whatever. Like something like what is like his riz is at a level none of us will ever be able to achieve.
So Steven, in his demonstration for the talent executives at Warner Brothers, impressed them thoroughly with Warner Brothers boss Terry Semel saying, "It was quite miraculous. With just the toss of his hand, Steven would send the other guy flying." Now, Mike Makita, who was part of the demonstration, said, I still can't believe those guys at Warner Brothers didn't know it was a staged rehearsal. Seagal could not toss me or anyone else in the air unless we were in on it."
Well, clearly whoever this person is salty and jelly.
Well, clearly, this is the same guy at Warner Brothers who decided to be impressed with what Ruby Rose could do in action scenes as Batwoman.
Wait, is he really?
It was by the same studio.
Her best character was Mute.
So after this, they did a screen test, and of course, Steven Seagal was terrible. He had a high, squeaky voice and didn't come across well on screen. Now, Ovitz went back to Warner and offered the director for Lethal Weapon 2, Richard Donner, for the same amount as he did the first movie. He undermined his own client to get Steven Seagal a movie deal.
Man, that's a bro. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man. He must do it's like something like Steven must have like a unique technique, like with his tongue. You know, like
A little flicking.
yeah, like just wearing that taint out or so. I don't know, man. 'Cause
The taint?
Yeah.
The very
Now,
specific region that he was flagging it.
now
that's why he was so
backtracking-
good. He knew all the secret spots that you can only learn from Japanese acupuncture.
So
and-
he's kind of
Yes.
like what the current pickup artists wish they could be,
yeah, and he didn't even have to have a hat.
or
Now
a
his
book.
fluent Japanese has gone to Saki, Wagyu, Sushi, Kama Sutra.
Kama
Isn't
Sutra's
that
Indian,
Indian?
not Japanese.
Yeah,
I know.
they don't know that.
So now we're gonna do a little bit of
Small
non.
circles people. Wait, is that what you're supposed to do with a taint?
Is that how you handle schmegma?
That's not where the taint is.
If it is, that shit's spreading and you need to get it checked out.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of non-linear storytelling here because we're gonna go over an interview Seagal would do much later, going back to some of his earlier life where he made some claims about his CIA work history. So, covering his time in Japan, Seagal would now, in this interview, go on to say that he discovered his classes were populated with an unusual assortment of students who worked for the Central Intelligence Agency. Seagal
In Japan.
elaborated, "These guys were my students. They saw my abilities both with martial arts and language. My CIA godfather told me they'd never heard any Americans speak Japanese so well. I would say I was a prime candidate to be recruited."
Bro, okay, just a couple little flags. I wouldn't say red, but they're, a couple things. One, what the fuck would it usually when they're like, "Oh, he can speak this language very well, we could use him." It's usually a language that it is related to a country that we see as at the very least like adversarial or like we need to keep an eye on this. I think Japan, they learned their lesson a few years early, a couple, decades earlier, and they cool now. You know what I mean? So, like, oh man, you know what the CIA really needs? A fluent Japanese speaker for our espionage or whatever the fuck. That's one. Two, is the CIA Godfather? Is that a real thing? Is it? I like the
It's
idea
not like
of
a
that.
fairy godmother, but in the CIA.
Well, I was thinking more like Godfather the movie.
So here's what I'm thinking. I believe that Steven Seagal had genuine personal relationships with people in the Italian mob, and he's conflating the system of the Italian mob with the CIA. Because generally you get vouched for by a made man to get brought into an organization, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think this is partially that happening.
I do think there's something to be said that whatever he tells people, or whatever these conversations, or whatever, wagyu sushi, the words that he says, or how expensive of sake he buys for them. I think there's got to be some place where he believes so much of what he's saying that everybody else wants to believe what he's saying in those moments too. Otherwise, they wouldn't go along with half of this stuff, I think.
You know what, Punk? You're 100% right, and which is why he was such a phenomenal iconic fucking actor. Because you believed everything.
Was or is?
He's dead?
I haven't seen his movies in a while.
Okay.
He'll be back.
So Seagal would
cocaine.
No,
Seagal
I have allergies to cocaine.
Yeah, so Seagal would explain that the scene in the movie Above the Law of a spy being injected with truth serum was something that actually happened.
That's weird because truth serum isn't
To
real.
him?
He would also claim that he was involved when the Shah was overthrown in Iran, saying, "We helped set up safe houses in London and Paris so the Shah and his family could flee the country."
Wow.
I'm not
I'm
sure
sure
why.
he'll now be involved in what's currently going on
Well,
there.
I don't know why his skill set would be involved in that. But
because
okay.
everyone knows that Iran has a large population of Japanese speakers.
Yeah. The
So
Persians were mostly Japanese.
he said that they helped get the family out and him out of Iran. One of the Shah's nephews wouldn't leave, so he had to hit him over the head and take him unconscious with him. He
I mean,
resisted
you got to do what you
on
got to do.
going free, and he left, and he got shot in the back of the head. Okay.
Steven tried to save him.
Yep. He also said that he did security work for Bishop Desmond Tutu and the late Egyptian president Anwar Sadat. So this would be timeline-wise in the late 70s, early 80s that he's claiming he's doing these things.
What's crazy though is in any one of those things, if it was true, you would not be telling LA Times. Just one of them. But for all of them, like, yeah, no, let me tell you about this. Yeah.
Unless
Secretly,
Maybe
I
People
was
magazine.
secretly
CIA
I was sworn in as the vice president just in case they needed me.
But here's the thing.
I'm the
Unless
designated
They're
survivor.
working with Seagal to be a designated untrustworthy leaker, because the CIA does that, where they will leak truthful information through what is perceived as an untrustworthy source so that people doubt the truthfulness of what they're saying as actually having happened.
And I agree with this 100%. What Chad is saying, that the people that think this is all bullshit, they're fucking wrong. This is all true.
He's being used. He just doesn't know.
I'm just promoting alternative theories that could be.
He's being used for his fucking his skills.
I feel like there's an ego that's easily swayed in the
Can you blame him? Look at how badass he is. All these different things that he's done in such a short time.
First
how could he not have
a
an ego?
dojo in Japan?
Yeah.
Filled up by Yakuza and CIA agents. Who vetted them, by the way? Who invited them to the dojo or let?
Well, after he beat up the Yakuza, he interviewed them.
Wait, do you think the dojo has a vetting process? They're like, hold on, before you go, before we allow you to join, we're gonna have to do a background check.
Well, I mean, a
lie detector test.
He told the story that he had to crawl in like a dog to solve a riddle. So
that was for the sword school. My God, keep up.
Which he got kicked out of for being.
Which they came to a mutual agreement that he already knew everything and there was nothing left to be taught.
Oh, so he wasn't like those bros who go to Japan to learn enough to start a dojo in America.
No, bro.
No, but all he did was go back to America and start multiple dojos. Mexico, LA, wherever.
It's still multiple. It's more than one. Simple math.
I agree with Bunkwaddle.
Let me go and check outside and make sure it's not fucking raining blood out there.
Yeah, let us know, bro. I'm gonna be interested in this update. Go on, Check.
All right, so Seagal would also comment regarding working for the White House, saying when they checked up on me, they couldn't find any data on me, so they had to ask the agency, who refused to confirm or deny that I had ever worked for them. Now, in order to confirm these stories, he gave the Los Angeles Times the phone number of a mercenary who could confirm the entire story, giving them
Boom.
only the mercenary's code name, Carol.
Homeboy came with receipts.
Now, when the LA Times
It could only be
reporter-
better if it was Karen.
Yeah, well, when the LA Times reporter called Carol, they went back and forth for a bit and then met. And it turned out that Carol was, in fact, a well-known mercenary named Gary Goldman. Goldman was known for having been part of Bo Gritz's attempt, with Ross Perot's help, to get POWs out of Laos.
Oh, by the way, that story is on the to-do list.
Interesting.
So Goldman did say that Steven was indeed ex-CIA, and they
Boom.
had gone on several missions together. Goldman said he and Steven had met in Japan.
As everyone met him there.
Now, when
Really?
Steven started making headway in the movie business, he had went into business with Goldman and they began a production company together. But Steven didn't want to call it Seagal Goldman Productions because he thought it sounded like two Jews in the garment business.
Well, to be fair, though, I think both of them may be Jewish.
Well, I mean, and Jews were running. I mean, were Jews running Hollywood at that time.
You would think that he would
Whoa,
lean
Candace.
into it. Yeah. Well,
Oh, okay.
I'm
They
on a
had a
different tab though. No, but real quick though, you think he would lean into like Whoopi Goldberg? You think that's her real name? Why does she do it?
No,
To
her name
help-
is Karen.
Is it really?
Okay.
Her literal name is Karen.
What's her last name?
I don't remember, but her
Okay,
first
Who are
name
we
is
talking
Karen.
about?
Right. I didn't
Whoopi
think
Goldberg.
I didn't think her parents named her Whoopi, but the part I was highlighting was the Goldberg part because she did it to help in Hollywood. So you would think if he's trying to get into Hollywood, put on a yarmulke or some shit.
Okay, so
It's
this is
because he's
interesting.
ashamed of who he is.
So,
You know.
speaking of that, so around this time, Steven
Karen
went
Jackson.
to an art exhibit where he
Sorry,
saw
Miss Jackson.
a Chagall, art piece, and he came back from the art exhibit and he said from now on his name would be pronounced Steven Seagal. Now, prior to that, it had actually been pronounced Seagal. So
That's a smart change. That's
So
a good
that's-
punch up.
that really highlight. All right, so in the previous part where he said he didn't want to call that production company, it would have been at the time under the old pronunciation, Seagal Goldman Productions. So yeah, he may have
Oh,
had a point about why it had a tone.
yeah, and that doesn't scream, Hollywood insider.
So in 1988, his first feature film, Above the Law, was released, which happened to be directed by a future Academy Award nominee.
Nice.
Let me get that director's name real quick.
So they helped each other in their careers.
Clearly. The director is Andrew Davis,
Mm-hmm.
who people may know for having also directed The Fugitive
Oh,
and Under Siege, so he didn't mind working with Steven Seagal.
or Tommy Lee Jones, right?
Yep.
Wait,
A Perfect Murder, Collateral Damage with Sylvester Stallone,
Nice.
The Guardian.
wait, with Kelso from '70s Show
And
and Kevin Costner.
Ashton
No,
Kutcher.
yeah,
the
where they were the Coast
Coast
Guard.
Guard. Yeah.
The only action movie ever made about the
Like, fucking, and I am shocked that I remembered it because nobody else does.
I remember it. Yeah, the bulky guys, the muscle guys, they fall. They can't do it. They don't.
the
can't-
rescue divers. You
Yeah.
can't be a rescue diver.
Yeah.
So yeah, his best director nomination came for The Fugitive,
What?
which is back when we used to, I guess, nominate directors for action movies.
Come on, Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones, which is way better than U.S. Marshals, which was decent.
I gotta disagree with you on that one, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
Matt
sorry.
says always bet on black. Wesley Snipes was in U.S. Marshals. So it was.
I mean, that was, but I mean, come on, Harrison Ford, Han Solo running from the law. It just
Okay, Steven wasn't in that movie.
Jeez. All right.
All right. So Above the Law was released in 1988.
I don't like this attitude.
Steven played an ex-Aikido instructor / ex-CIA Vietnam vet / ex-Chicago vice sergeant turned vigilante.
So this was basically just a documentary. It was a biopic on his life.
Yeah, Joe Dirt.
The film was supposedly loosely based on who he
See?
was. It made almost $19 million at the box office, which was enough to be considered a moderate success and to start Seagal's rise to fame as an action star. All right, American Black Belt Magazine, which apparently existed.
Wait, you don't remember it? Because that was a big part of the Count Dante story. Because they would interview him. They would have like whole fucking like articles dedicated to trying to talk shit about Count Dante. Man, you guys need to go back and listen.
Assumes that we remember anything from any of these stories.
So, American Black Belt Magazine and martial arts actor Bob Wall were not happy with Steven trashing both Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee and martial arts in America in general. And after having seen Above the Law, Wall would say, "All he's got is his mouth. If Seagal were 1/10 of the martial artist he says he is, he'd have developed a proper attitude."
Okay, if you're gonna take shots, that's not the way to go. That was so dumb. Like if he trained right, he would have a better attitude. What the fuck? What? That doesn't say anything. By the way, since we're talking about Above the Law, this is him running. He has one of the greatest run styles. Like you can see, he's a natural athlete.
Yep.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Flash and the Zack Snyder Flash.
Oh, yeah.
So you look at
It
him.
looks like he's speed skating.
Look,
He looks like a wallflower that got too many opportunities.
look at his run. I love his run. Look, man, that's all technique.
Well, if Usain Bolt has taught us anything, it's that really tall men can't really have a fluid running motion.
Yeah, of course, we all know that. But I've been waiting to play that this whole time.
Yeah, I've seen it backstage for about 45 minutes.
Oh, it's been longer than that. But yeah, anyway, so what it reminds me of, I don't know what show it was or what movie, but there was one movie where somebody was talked into just run like no one's watching, and their arms are just flopping as they run. I don't remember what it was, but it was great. Yeah, as you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
So, when Steven was asked about this by Black Belt Magazine, he had denied that he had ever talked trash about Chuck Norris, saying, "I don't fight in print. If Mr. Wall has anything bad to say about me, let him come say it to my face."
See, yeah, he don't fight in print.
To which the LA Times promptly chimed in, "We've got quotes." No,
Fake news.
I'm kidding. But it was around this time that now Steven added a new previous employer to his record.
Oh.
Telling people that he was also an ex-Navy SEAL.
He's an onion. There are so many layers. Some people may say, like, I don't think there's enough time to do all these things.
Did
but they
he
don't know.
talk to a Navy SEAL during Under Siege?
Number one, to be a Navy SEAL, you have to enlist in the Navy.
Uh-huh.
Or the Marines. You can be either a Marine or a naval.
Now, hold on, though. Is that only American? Because Japan had a Navy, didn't they? Oh, no, that got fucked up, huh?
Not after WW2.
No, they have a self-defense force. It's the SDF.
Yeah, we saw it in Godzilla -1.
Yeah, and one day they're going to have mechs, and they're going to go...
Now, to be fair to Mad's point, the Japanese self-defense force would be the third largest military in the world.
Boom.
If they were able to be classified as an offensive military force.
Boom.
And they have all the good shit that we sell them, including Apaches, all gunships, and
Wait,
they were.
I got this, Chad. I'll sum it up. Basically, what Chad's saying is, yeah, he was a Navy fucking SEAL. Get over it.
They didn't let like Americans into their navy though.
Yes.
They didn't let him do dojos either, but somehow he broke that glass ceiling.
By letting his mom run the dojo with his wife.
Man,
And their
you
kids were
can.
ostracized.
Well, kids had nothing to do with the dojo, but you can try to, like do all these qualifiers on it. Like, oh, his father-in-law was a teacher. Oh, his mother-in-law owned it. The point is, he was the first Westerner to ever open up a dojo in Japan.
Yep. All right. So in late 1988, a former mercenary took Stephen Goldman and another ex-military guy to look for treasure near Barbados because that's what one does. They were in a Zodiac boat.
Dojo was a no joke. Sorry, go ahead, listen.
Yeah, so they were in a Zodiac boat, and for people who aren't familiar, a Zodiac is a low-profile, kind of like inflatable speedboat.
Right. Named after a famous serial killer.
Yeah, with a high-speed propeller motor attached to it. Now the sea was getting very rough, and because of the rough surf, Goldman would say that Seagal started screaming and panicking, and he was sure he was going to die and all that crap. And they had to help Stephen onto the Zodiac, and one man pulled him up by his hair while another pushed his ass from behind to get him on board.
Well, so here's the thing, right? I know that I know that sounds bad, from a certain point of view, but what you don't realize is Steven is so giving to his friends, and he's always wanting to help people improve themselves. Sometimes and again, don't forget, phenomenal actor. Everyone believed everything he said. So yeah, to help them, to give them some confidence for what they're about to face, yeah, he let them, believe that they saved him. But really, it's an old Zen riddle that he did.
Is this an objective stream?
Now, well, yeah. Well, what does that mean?
Where's the lie, punk?
So that day, Goldman, who bear in mind was the person who had vouched for Seagal's covert operations experience,
Right, yeah. So he
Discovered
he
Steven-
knew he was faking it.
discovered Stephen could not read a compass nor read a map. Seagal over here was basically like the first Easy Company commander in Sobel over here, getting lost everywhere. And so Goldman realized there was no way he could have ever done any covert mission, and there's no way he could have ever been a SEAL, because you have to be able to read a compass and read a map.
Oh my god. Not everyone. They have guys for that. They have, you know what I mean? Like maybe he wasn't a navigator. Why does he have to shoot the goddamn? What is
I'm
it?
fairly sure that every bit of everyone in the training has to be able to pass some of those basic requirements.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like going to ranger school, Mad. Everybody in ranger school has to pass those requirements.
Well, yeah, Ranger School. Everybody does have to pass to be a ranger.
It's like a prereq.
So Navy SEALs are not as astute as Rangers, is what you're saying?
I mean, you said it, Punk.
What? Who needs to shoot an azimuth in the middle of the ocean? They're Navy SEAls. They're not land wells.
Oh, well, no. Landwells sit with purple hair and shaved side. Oh crap! I mean,
New channel.
blue hair and you know
Not
what?
helping.
A seal is basically a water dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they're kind of dumb too, though.
So like they're dumb.
Like
water
a
dog.
Dalmatian.
Oh,
But they
Dalmatians.
seem to be
You
smarter
know this,
than-
Mad, because Dalmatians being so inbred to get the spots, they're basically the frittatas of the dog.
Yeah,
world.
they are the sling blades of dog breeds.
Yep, and they also killed Cruella's mom, so
True. Yeah.
that's why she wanted to make a coat out of them.
Oh, careful, Chad.
I don't know. It sounds like the Navy SEAls are still a little bit more qualified than Steven at this point.
Oh my gosh. Look at me.
if
I'm
we're
Boost. I'm coming in with X.
if we're comparing the like qualifications to Steven Seagal's genuine qualifications, I think those guys in basic who aren't even technically specialists or private yet. What is it when you're in basic and you're not any official rank? You're just
You're because no, you're an E1. You're a private.
you're a private.
And
All right.
you can come in as an E3, or if you have school, come in as an E4.
So, I mean,
There
I
you
get
go.
that they dumbed down qualifications.
Recruits are higher qualified than Seagal was.
Yeah.
But-
Have you seen my match explanation when I go over animals? And I got a new one coming out about otters. You're gonna love it.
Oh dear.
Man, Chad, every
I
time
kinda
this
thought,
happens.
I kind of thought that was what we were getting Sunday, but
No, I wanted to
it
get
was
the
a
Stranger.
swerve.
Well, I wanted to get the Stranger Things out while it was still being talked about.
Gay.
I mean, I appreciate your defense of Stranger Things. You actually you convinced me that there were no plot holes and everything was good.
E40, the rapper?
I can't wait for the extra episode that is a secret that
Conformity gate,
is
guys.
definitely happening.
Speaking of conformity, Steven had been working on a screenplay with Goldman for about a year, but they had a falling out over the writing credits because there was a standard way to do things, and Seagal wasn't going to follow it and give him credit. So after they fell out, Goldman was angry and wrote a letter to the writer of the Los Angeles Times article where he had confirmed everything, now retracting everything, saying all of Steven's stories about the CIA were lies.
Man, like a
wrote-
bitch.
The plain truth of the matter is that Seagal was and is a gutless coward who is trying to convert the heroic deeds of those brave men into a personal history of himself.
First
Wait,
of all, hold
is
on.
this Tropic Thunder?
Okay, so fuck this guy because that's exactly what a bitch would do. Like, nah, he ain't got no dick. His dick's small. Like when they break up or whatever, bitch, he hung.
You're
You're out
that
here
he's-
lying and
You're
shit.
saying that Goldman was the spurned
Ye-
ex-wife.
Yes.
I think I'm starting to think that it wasn't the fact that he thought the name sounded too Jewish. He didn't want the name with Goldman's name in it for the production company. He wanted all the credit. That's what I'm thinking.
No, that's a pocket. You're just adding things now. Just stick with the truth like me.
Oh, okay. So I can say something half as long as what you did, and it makes less sense than what. Okay.
Honestly,
No.
I lost that thread pretty quick.
So, in support of Steven Seagal's in support of Steven Seagal's history and narrative for himself, he did hang around with a man named Robert Strickland, who was an ex-CIA agent,
Boom.
whom he'd met in Japan.
Yep, he was recruited.
Seagal invited Strickland to the set of his latest movie, and he pulled out a profile he had a private investigator put together on Goldman. Strickland, already thinking this was really over the top for a screenplay credit, was then even more surprised when Seagal said to him, "I'd like you to do me a favor. I'd like you to kill Gary Goldman."
Yeah. See, I knew there was gonna be more to their relationship. He did some dirty shit, and now Steven has to do the world a favor.
So
By having
Seagal
someone else do it.
showed Strickland $50,000 in cash,
Boom.
and Strickland looked at this and said he would not kill Goldman.
Pussy.
Well, Steven said, "That's fine, but can you find someone who will do it and ask around for me?" And Strickland was in this odd place because he didn't want to end the relationship since Steven had already given him $50,000 of an advance on a $250,000 deal for his life story.
So
It
generous.
just happened to be, by the way, that 50 just happened to be the same amount he was offering to give him to kill
Well-
someone that Strickland had said no to. I'm just
Well,
saying.
no, he gave him 50,000, and then this was a different 50,000 that he was offering him.
Yep. So Seagal continued over the next year or so to ask Strickland to kill Goldman over and over again until
Just like he
Goldman-
did. That's how you get married. That's how you get a hit.
but then
2000.
Goldman finally moved to the Philippines in early 1990, so Seagal moved on from that.
Ooh, look at me. I'm a Filipinian now. I can't do murders.
So
Man.
A
Seagal's
Filipino to you.
Seagal's father passed away in 1990,
Aw.
but Seagal didn't go to the
Was it
funeral.
Goldman?
No.
By the way, I
Instead,
forgot he had parents until now.
instead of going to the funeral, he kept
Everybody
making
has
movies. In 1990, he made Hard to Kill. He made Hard to Kill in 1990, and then Marked for Death in the
Mark,
same
that's
year.
so good.
Combined, his first three films grossed over $200 million on very reasonable budgets.
Yeah, undeniable fucking like superstar icon. He was the Bloomhouse of his generation.
So Jules Nasso also started working as a producer for Seagal, starting with Marked for Death, which would begin a long time producing collaboration between the two.
You know what I'm hearing a lot, by the way, is everyone loves working with him.
Yeah, so they
They
loved
pay him how much
here.
for-
In fact, our next segment is about how much people loved working with him.
Can't wait.
Strickland was in Steven's trailer one day while he was filming his next movie in late 1990. Steven had 4 personal assistants at the time. They were all women. On this day,
Diversity, yeah.
one was in the bathroom brushing her teeth, and Steven yelled for her. She came out with the brush still in her mouth, and Steven said, because she also had toothpaste, he said, quote, "You look like that when I finish in your mouth."
That's not what he said. You're misquoting him.
Or I don't. Or, why don't you say that quote then, Matt? If you're
Sure. Replace finished with something else. Another term
Oh,
for.
so you're not gonna say it, but you're gonna say it, right? But you're gonna say
I'm
it.
not the one reading this story. Chad's the one that volunteered for this job.
you got me to say stuff, was it last week?
I'll do it. Quote: "You look like that when I come in your mouth."
Oh, he whispered.
Well, yeah, because
For some
he had,
ASMR.
no, he had a. Remember, he had a high pitch.
Unfortunately, Sherry went with the wrong alternate
Yeah.
word.
You're a horrible guesser. First of
Does
all,
she gets
hold on.
partial credit, right?
No, first, she's a horrible guesser because that was wrong. And 2, it doesn't count if you type it in chat. We're talking about like saying it. You don't want to get you wooed like what Brahma got earlier. By the way, I have that clip now.
So the movie they were filming, Out for Justice, came out
No.
in April 1991 and made $40 million.
Nice.
The next month, all 4 of Steven's personal assistants, along with another woman, quit, claiming sexual harassment.
Is Goldberg back?
3 threatened to file sexual harassment charges, and 2 of them were paid over $50,000 to keep quiet. This $50,000 number
right?
keeps coming up.
This
You know,
motherfucker has stacks of 50,000. Like that's how he breaks up his money.
That's how the mob does things.
How many briefcases does he just have sitting in his car?
You think he goes to the bank? He's like, I'm gonna need another 50,000 in my usual briefcase, please.
Yeah, it's got to be like that stainless brush steel. Yeah, finish.
By the way,
Yeah.
sorry, real quick. I believe all women, whatever. But he was trying to help out women in the industry that we all know has been horrible to women, and he tried to bring them along and get them involved and get them a leg up. And man,
Yeah,
He's still with Kelly at this point.
yeah, that's how you know they're lying because he's married.
So what you're saying
He
is
takes those vows very serious.
He wanted to give them a leg up and ask them to come along.
Is he already down? Okay.
I'm just quoting.
No,
right.
that wasn't a quote. Shut up.
I'm
That was
using
a
the word
quote.
you were afraid to.
Go on, Chad.
Anyway, so that same year, a writer named Alan Richman,
Already hate him.
we'll call him Richmond so that we can not confuse him with another person. Alan Richmond wrote a story in GQ that tore Seagal apart. Steven was not happy about this, and as we know, when Steven's not happy about things, he arranges meetings. That next month, an ex-CIA agent was told by a mutual friend that Steven had some security worries and wanted to meet. So he flew him out to Staten Island, and this ex-CIA guy met with Steven and Jules Nasso.
You know,
Seagal
by the way, real
told-
quick, for someone who wasn't involved with the CIA, he sure knows a lot of CIA guys. Just saying.
Well, he's also meeting with, I'm just going to put this out there. In terms of crime organizations, the Italian mafia had a long history of being involved with the CIA.
Allegedly. Next, you're
I
going to tell me
mean-
that they sold crack in the inner cities. Moving on.
No, I'm more going to say that in 1963 they did a mutual operation in Dallas.
Bro, new channel.
I
I haven't
understand
even
that
got it
reference.
monetized. I think we all do. We all saw the James Franco series.
Well, yeah, that's well known. Jack Ruby, all the rest of the ties are all there. Jack Ruby was what Steven Seagal would have been if there weren't movies. All right, so this ex-CIA agent was meeting with Seagal and Nasso, and Steven told the agent that he had also worked for the CIA, which this man knew was bullshit because he'd already checked him out before he traveled for the meeting.
Oh, I thought he was gonna like. Oh yeah, what's the CIA handshake then?
Yeah.
That would be,
Yeah.
or have like a
So-
call and response like Flash or Thunder would be like,
All right. Read me what's on this microfiche.
So Seagal started talking about this writer, Alan Richmond, and kept referring to him as a
bundle of sticks.
bundle of sticks. Now, Richmond was known for being straight and not a bundle of sticks, but Stephen was convinced he was, so that's why he kept referring to him that way. He said he wanted to set up Richmond so he would be in the back of a car having sex with another dude,
Okay.
and then the CIA agent would photograph them so they could use that to ruin his career. Now,
Fuck.
this is supposed to be a writer for,
GQ.
out of LA. Like, how would that ruin his career?
Well, I mean, there's a history of it in LA. Remember when we covered Two Guns?
I
When he
this
was
is-
the chief, and they would like they set up that one dude, the counselor or whatever.
I mean, this isn't like an LA Confidential where you got DeVito running Hush Hush
It
magazine.
kind of is though. Look what happened to Hugh Grant.
Well, that was a prostitute while he was with Elizabeth Hurley,
He was just a boy looking at a girl.
Who would
paying her
do
to love
that?
him.
Well, the thing is though, that wasn't a girl punk that Hugh Grant was
Oh.
with.
No, you're
Oh.
thinking of Eddie Murphy.
Oh, am I
No.
thinking of it? See how many times it has happened? So it makes
Eddie
sense that
Murphy
he would...
was the non-female. Hugh Grant was Divine Brown, a very
Oh.
female prostitute.
At least
Yes, but
Crocodile-
Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah, also true, but I mean, at least Crocodile Dundee just he checked it out. He did the gender check himself.
Wow. How dare you reference that fake Crocodile Dundee and not Rod, the real one?
Do you think Rod and Steven Seagal would have gotten along?
I think Steven would have got along with everyone because there's yet to been somebody that had legitimate reasons not to like him.
Can we do history interrupted fan fiction
Oh, the
where we have
ex-guys that
our
hated
characters
to
meet
leave.
each other and have conversations?
Oh,
I-
I was hoping this would happen.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck did you just try to do? You better stop, Slender.
Plague Doctor. Woo!
Wait, where did he go?
I don't know.
Away.
Where did he go?
All right, so the agent looked at Seagal and said he would not be doing that. So Steven moved on to his next idea. He said he thought, he told the guy that he thought an enemy from his days in Asia was going to try to assassinate him
In
while he was
Asia.
doing the ribbon cutting of a new restaurant he was opening in Chicago. He explained this to the agent, and the agent started talking about security. but this was not what Seagal actually wanted to hear. And Seagal said, "You mean you wouldn't just whack him?" Using CIA terminology clearly right there.
Yeah, man.
The
Yeah.
CIA agent was like, no, he wasn't going to, quote, whack him. The agent decided he wasn't going to do anything for Seagal because this guy was out of his effing mind.
Oh, good. Somebody gets it.
Well, yeah. You know what? Is he a little intense for some people? Sure. He's not everybody's cup of tea.
Like I said, he's the guy who did the things that he believed he smelled his own farts and believed everything about them. And then it was so intoxicating that other people in the moment believed it too. Like that fire festival, you know?
You know what? I bet that Steven Seagal was one of those guys that didn't wear deodorant because everyone loved his natural like musk. You know what I mean? Like Matthew McConaughey.
And the aluminium.
How dare you try to bring in that foreign language bullshit?
I miss Grant.
You know, that's an Aussie we all believe in.
Yeah, this CIA agent, he definitely lives in a fantasy world.
Are you talking about Mad? Are you talking about?
So I'm just thinking real quick. I'm seeing this right here earlier from Slender. I can't sleep with my sinus going off like this. I think I'm going to do something crazy.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he straight up put on his plague doctor mask and was going to be wearing that while he was on the stream.
He's going to bed. He said he sounds like shit.
All right.
There goes my hero.
All right. So
Watch him as he goes.
as this was all going on, Seagal's feud with Bob Wall was still going on, and Black Belt Magazine kept fanning the flames because
This fucking magazine, man.
what other feuds did they have? Black Belt Magazine.
Count Dante.
He was dead for 12 years at this point.
Maybe.
He died in the late 70s, didn't he?
No. Keep reading. I'll look it up.
Black Belt asked Steven about Wall, and Steven said Wall had low self-esteem. If you want me, come fight me to the death.
Oh, so Chad was wrong. Like I said, he died in 1975. So way earlier.
All right, so Count Dante had been dead for like 17 years at this point. All right, so Wall responded and put together what he called the, quote, Dirty Dozen, a group of 12 martial arts experts who would all challenge Steven to a fight if they saw him. Some joined up because Steven had a reputation for roughing up stuntmen at this point. They also all noted he had never proven himself in competition. So, by the way, the roughing up stuntmen thing it's like being a wrestler who doesn't know how to actually, wrestle. And Goldberg was a good example of that. That's why they had to stick to just doing two
Goldberg
moves.
was the greatest wrestler of all time. Shut up.
That's why, and just like Roman
He speared and
Reigns,
jackhammered everybody.
Well, he
because
They got
also
pinned.
he had a mule
Longest
kick
streak
that
ever.
he had a mule kick that was pretty nasty. Ask Brett.
Who cares about Brett?
Well, apparently not Goldberg's fucking foot.
I mean,
Nobody
you
was
can
a fan
back
of
me up
Bret
on
Hart.
this one, right? No,
Okay.
apparently he can't.
Guys, we're almost there.
All right. So
He brought up Goldberg.
at this point, judo star Jean LeBall was in the dozen
Judo.
and was working on Out for Justice as a stunt coordinator. Steven claimed in training that he was immune from being choked out.
True.
So LeBall challenged him on the set. Steven said he didn't think LeBall's chokehold was effective and he could get out of it. So they proceeded to get into position. And LeBall... So this is Seagal voluntarily letting himself get put into a chokehold.
Yeah, because he can't. It doesn't work on him, bro.
So they proceeded to get into position. LeBell put him in the chokehold, and Steven put him in the chokehold. And Steven reportedly didn't just pass
Well,
out.
no. He put him in the chokehold and choked him out.
Yeah, and choked him out. And that promptly caused Seagal to defecate in his pants. There are several different versions of this story, but LaBelle definitely took Steven Seagal out through the chokehold.
Yeah, I think the only the only variations to it is how much shit was in his pants.
Yep.
But
On the metric ton.
listen, what a lot of people don't know about ancient Aikido is that one of their techniques to prevent, anybody getting their goodies would be to defecate to make yourself a less tempting target.
I thought you were gonna go with like retention.
Are you saying that in the middle of the fight and the guy was like, "You can't handle my tiger style," Seagal would be like, "You can't handle my brown style"?
I mean, did it work? Obviously, he let go of the choke.
So you're saying his technique was based around what Chappelle did in in Con Air to make sure that people didn't want to be around him in the fight.
What I'm saying is that there is a good possibility that both Dave Chappelle in that movie, his character, also was a practitioner of ancient Aikido.
All right.
Yeah. Hold on. Wouldn't you think that the ancient art would encourage you to defecate before you passed out, not after?
Look, it's muscle memory, bro. Like you do it, you're not even thinking about it. You know what I mean?
I think that's lack of muscle memory at that point, anyway.
So
That's how trained he is.
not long after this, Wall said he had a face-to-face meeting with Seagal. There were phone calls exchanged along with threats. At one point, Seagal said he had a gun, and if Wall came at him, he would use it. Wall said, I went and I stood on his foot and placed my face gently in his face
Gay.
and said, if you want to fight, and then Seagal said, if you want to fight me, come to my school. And Wall said, no, let's do it right here and now because I'm going to rip your head off and shit in your neck. And Steven's knees apparently went out and he started apologizing and crying. And that was the end of it. He basically was describing Seagal like Bill Paxton in
True Lies.
In True Lies.
I think what's happening is what we're seeing here is that the martial arts community at this point was at a real low because you had a lot of grifters out there and a lot of bullshit happening, right? So Steven wanting to help build the confidence back up that has been lost, he put him in a position to where that they could, once again start building, their confidence, like they can do these things because clearly, he didn't have the right pants on. Maybe he left his fight pants at his dojo that he wanted. That's why he said we should go back to my school. Or I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying.
Well, you see, Sherry, that if there would be no throat left, it would. I guess there would just be kind of.
You can take off a head without the neck.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a neck without the head.
By the way, you don't want to get into a shit fight with Steven. He's already proven himself.
He's like, I am the master of the brown note.
Yeah, it's like he lived at the zoo he probably trained at a zoo for about 5 years of his life too.
The ancient Aikido zoo.
Bush has a qualifying answer to you. Nothing rebuilds confidence like shitting yourself in public and crying like a bitch.
Okay, listen, I did not say it was building Steven Seagal's confidence. What I said was he has so much confidence that he was able to put himself in these positions to allow others to kind of drift in his riz. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like every meetup you've been at.
It's like he has so much riz, it kind of shakes off of him onto others, and he makes them better.
At this point, I don't know if that's riz you want to waft right now.
It's his natural riz. He doesn't wear deodorant or anything.
Oh, so his natural musk mixed with his natural shit smell.
It was the rizziest. All right, where are we at?
We are at the after he was crying and being a little bitch. So Steven continued to tell people about his time in the CIA. In December 1991, he went on the Arsenio Hall show, known for being a source of all truthful statements, and told a story about a crazy operation from when he was in the CIA.
I missed the time in this country where you could talk openly about, all these different operations that, you know what I mean, that were supposed to be top secret and stuff. Like You know, this is
Yeah,
like,
isn't there certain clauses when you're in certain things? So I've heard
this was
that
the
like
90s, bro. This is a pre 9/11 America.
it's weird that the military had secrets before 9/11, allegedly.
Yeah, but they weren't like, oh, you can't tell anybody. Oh, you can't go on a talk show and talk about it. Nah, bro, that wasn't a
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
Pre 9/11.
yeah, if you worked on, allegedly on a sub or did certain covert operations or were part of certain espionage things, yeah, you could talk about him probably at any point in time.
Clearly, you can because he did.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. He's on Arsenio Hall being out.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
badass.
he started
Okay.
telling a story about a crazy operation from when he was in the CIA. Strickland had been watching the episode and realized it was actually his story from his life and not
Wow.
Steven's.
First of all, by the way, he's obsessed with Steven.
For stealing his life story?
Well, I mean, why was he watching Arsenio Hall?
That it was the most popular late night program in America.
Well, no, that's the same as like the chick that's like checks her ex's like Facebook page, like looking for his status. That's what he's basically doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
So,
I got to get all this out now because the next two parts, it is not going to be easy to do this for him.
I was gonna say, it's like who's more
Yeah.
obsessed with Steven Seagal right now?
Matt is going to be such a sad realizer of truth over the next year. It's
Check
going to
it
be
all
like
out now.
it's going to be like converting a true believer. We should get Carrie to be on these episodes so she can talk him out of the cult.
I'm
All
doing
right.
my best now. Is it not working?
Well, he's in too deep right now. He's like,
And he's trying
Yeah,
to
like Omar Epps.
above his head
Like,
up above instead of going
Matt over here. It's like never meet your heroes, man. Never meet your heroes. All right.
Yeah.
So, Strickland was furious, called Seagal, and told him to stop stealing stories from his life. And if he didn't, he would expose Seagal. He called and left dozens of messages over months telling Steven to stop. But
Obsessed.
Seagal kept telling the stories from Strickland's life. This caused, in order to try to fight this off, Seagal got a restraining order against Strickland. That's some bold moves right
That's
there.
the adult thing to do. Yeah.
So Strickland filed an affidavit in the California court stating a mutual friend of the two men called him to tell him, "Watch your ass."
Okay.
Strickland said his safety was a concern because Steven knew powerful people who had a financial interest in keeping his reputation up.
You mean like the CIA?
The mutual friend said to Spy Magazine, because, this makes sense, it would be in Spy Magazine, "You don't fuck with people from 18th Avenue in Brooklyn."
Is that what the Yakuza are?
Are you confusing the Gambino crime family with Yakuza?
I've never been to Brooklyn. Oh, Sherry's from Brooklyn. You got a Yakuza there? Are they still prevalent?
I thought she was from the Bronx.
I know they have a big ninja problem down in Orlando.
That's pirates.
No, ninjas. You went there for
surf
Dragon
ninjas?
Sound. No, Dragon Sound. Bro, Miami Connection?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, Sherry says she's in Queens.
So it's the Dominicans.
That, by the way, is the one of the best line deliveries in a movie. It's from Coming to America. Where can we find
Oh, yeah.
your wife in America? Queens. All right. So this was because for a while now, Seagal had been telling everyone that he was raised in Brooklyn around mafia guys, which is not
Spiritually.
accurate. But but of course, the same people who knew he would lie about his CIA background completely assumed he was being honest about his
Right.
growing up with mob ties. So Strickland even went as far as to write up the stories Steven had stolen and sent them to Michael Ovitz. Nothing happened at that point because Ovitz was Seagal's agent. And we know that Ovitz was under the Svengali influence of Seagal.
Well, it sounds like what he did was he took all of Steven's stories, wrote them, and was like, see, I wrote them down. That proves that they're mine. What? No. I'm starting to think he wasn't really in the CIA and he didn't know the secret handshake.
Now this is actually right around the high water mark of Seagal's career because we're entering 1992 with his biggest hit movie ever, Under Siege, coming
So
out,
far.
making his biggest hit movie ever coming out,
So far.
Under Siege coming out and making $157 million at the domestic box office. Seagal had become a full-fledged action brand.
Wow, what a great place to end
Mhm.
because it is only going to go up from here. It can only get better.
That's true. Realize in his life right now, he's still married to Kelly LeBrock.
Yep.
He's making all these action movies, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Has 6 kids and he knows, kind of knows one.
But just like the
One of them is
Under Siege
a
1,
Japanese actress already.
I thought it was 4. But
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I added a couple just because I'm sure that when he was single and he was really down on himself, he may have made a couple mistakes with some ladies.
So
I believe
some wild
eventually
movies.
he's going to have a total of 7, but we're not there yet.
I mean, that are known.
Ooh.
All right. Well, that was a good one. Well, that was a good start. No, not 17 million. How much was it?
What are we
What was
talking about?
How much did that movie make? 154?
157.
157. Okay, sorry.
So I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
How many parts does this have?
3.
3.
Okay.
No,
Are we doing them
You
consecutively?
think?
or
Yeah,
once a month?
you think that Seagal's life story could be fit into 2?
All right, fuck it.
No,
I'll let
I
you
don't
talk.
think at this rate. I don't think 3 is enough for Mads. Needing to have the intervention at the end of it, right?
But believe me, my positivity is my defense of this man is going to be dropping.
So just like Mr.
A little
Miyagi took the wax off, so will the shine of Steven Seagal's legacy.
Man, I wish I didn't move you down earlier.
That was a great callback.
Anyway, well, somebody's alarm went off, so they got to take their pills, I guess.
No, that's
did you
take
really
the trash
say
out to the corner?
Punk, did you really say we were at 2 hours?
Yeah.
What? You mother... Anyway. All right, well, that'll do it for us. I'm excited to see what happens next. And for all those that watch on the replay or here now, tell your friends. You know what? It doesn't have to be your friends. Just whoever you meet. Whenever every conversation you have from this point on should end with, oh, by the way, here's a link to History Interrupted. It's the best YouTube stream there is.
Mad's new channel. Don't look up Mad's old channel.
Yeah, because
It's
that
useless.
wouldn't take you anywhere.
It's
Yeah.
true. You could look up Mad's old channel because
There better not be a Mads old channel out there.
Oh,
I wish a motherfucker would.
It would
I didn't-
be actually hilarious if you created another channel that was Mad's old channel.
yeah. Somebody get some of the old stuff and put it up there anyway. Yeah.
All right, look, I'm just gonna do this.
Sherry
the
says
last-
you didn't share the picture.
I know what she said. This is the last time I'm doing it when it's not rightfully earned. This is the one so that we can start on, you know what I mean? So we can have a good start to this new show, Sherry.
Sherry was active.
There's one.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why there's so many hot dogs, why I'm dressed like an eagle, but it does look like I'm on the Jersey Shore, so that's
We've got a
appropriate.
better one to share.
Hold on, I got another one.
I mean, Sherry was so active in the chat this whole time.
Yes, and we had a conversation about how that was supposed to go, and I didn't walk away with thinking it was going to be her throwing salt on my game. You feel me?
Oh,
Hang on. Here we go. All right, last one. Here we go. I actually like this one. I saved both of them, by the way. Oh, it's a seagull. Oh, it's a seagull. It's a seagull. Now I get it. That makes way more sense.
Well,
yeah.
we got
Learn
one
to
from,
fly, man.
This one's good though. I like
You
this
got
one.
one from Release the McCracken over here that I've got that's ready to add to the stage.
Boy.
I think you'll like this one.
Yeah, I saw it. It wasn't too bad.
This is Mad as the love child of Steven Seagal.
That's actually not
All right,
bad.
look. The last thing I'm gonna say, then we're gonna get out of here. When I was a kid, and I was a big fan of Steven Seagal. Did I want to grow a ponytail? My dad said, "No, there's no fucking way you're gonna do that, and you're also not gonna get your ear pierced." Maybe.
I would have. Please tell me at one point you were like growing a rat tail just to start it, and that's
Yeah.
when you got the sense smacked into you.
I'll be honest. He saved me from a few things. He said I'm not going to go to radio broadcasting school after aeronautics. He's like, that's a dying industry. This was like in early 2000s. You know what I mean? That was a good call.
Yeah.
And he said you're not going to
Yeah,
get your ear
because we
pierced,
just broadcast now.
and you're not going to get your ear pierced because I wasn't even sure which one was the right one to get pierced.
Yeah.
You would
The
have
gay
gone
one.
with the gay.
How would you even know which one's the gay? That's what I thought. All right. Well, you don't know that. Sorry. People are jumping in backstage. Anyway, as we always say here, I guess we're going to keep saying it. If you're not being beamed up,
Being beamed down.
tell your friends.
Salacious.
We're like Braille.
Now, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. Law don't go around here. Savvy? Yeah. Yeah, that's real good, Law Dog, because law just don't go around here.
Hey, law don't go around here. And I say, hey, law doggy, law don't go around here. They keep on chasing me, raising me, been such a good time. Women and beer, yeah. Women and beer, yeah. Women and beer, yeah. Hey, law doggy, law don't go, no, don't. Hey, law dog, law don't go around here. And I say, law doggy, law don't go around here. And I say, law doggy, law don't go around here. They keep on chasing me, raising me, been such a good time. Women and beer, yeah. Oh, don't go around here. They keep on chasing me, raising me, been such a good time. Women and beer, yeah.
Bye.
Machiavelli production.